picks in particular so much that we're now seeing them make their way to the second wave of bans, and teams are just fine with letting that happen, Gore.
Yeah, and it's really interesting that that's the dynamic we've hit because, like you said, to the point where I don't think Yamoja is game-changing. Khepri, I think, is, but Yamoja played in the right
Do you
circumstances.
see what
It
Miv
doesn't
said on
matter
my
as much.
game
Like,
chat
she's
now?
very easy to plug and play in, and so I like that that's where the bans are coming from for the Dragons. I think
So I didn't
both
watch much
those
of game
are
1, like properly.
in the right hands, and let me be
But
clear
I'm assuming
that
the Nike jungle
Genetics'
did not have a
hands
great
are the
game.
right ones for pretty much anything in the support tab. I think that this is a really good job from the Dragons to make sure they don't get that.
Good.
They go back to the Ymir, though, on the other side for the Kings. And again, you know, like right now, Lancelot, King Arthur, and the Morgan, it's not like anybody's like having a great time into the Ymir. But I don't know that it's going to be as good of a lockdown, right? And unless we get to see
that
really
copy paste, I love that one.
timing from Genetics, it didn't seem to match up well with the Lancelot last
Well,
time around, even though we've seen what it can
I
do.
don't want to
think we've
open on
seen the
stream
best
by
and
accident,
worst
so I'm
case
just going to
scenarios.
check on my phone.
And I don't know that King Arthur cares as much about it. I think it's one of those things that it could very easily become a I'm not locked in here with you, you're locked in here with me scenario for them. Same thing, a Morgan might force an ult or something. I wouldn't be surprised if Phantom Shell maybe is still on the mind for the Dragons here. But they also go back to the RDO. And you know, we kind of glanced over it, but like when Variety is on this pick, it is powerful. I mean, Variety is very, very good at controlling an area, and this RDO enables that even more. It's a little bit of healing for your side, but on top of that, nice long-range CC, cripple field as well. So even the people who could try to get away, if you can throw that wall up and RDO's already there, they're not escaping.
Nice Umis, thank you.
Jade Dragons for their final frontline pick up Atlas to go over to Polar Bear Mike, and then Ho Yi.
How cool was Ishtar? We didn't get to play it or anything. I just had a smite for it. Isn't it crazy I had to kill myself in game today?
Second game against the Hex Mambo squad and led his team to victory beyond there. Ended up playing against the Oni Warriors in that third game and went 6-1-8. Helped lead his team to victory. So this is a pick
I kept saying in Discord as well.
Stranger to whenever he needs to become a hard carry for his team. But how will the Camelot Kings respond to it? They have a good dual lane to match up against it. Cupid, Ymir. Really going to be able to deal well. I mean, that Fields of Love against Ho Yi is going to make it to where he's going to have to beads almost every single time to get out of there. Ymir is going to be able to force those leaps out pretty easily.
Sorry if you can hear me eating.
For the Camelot Kings, final pick for Captain Twig. Anything kind of come out to your mind here? Well, we see the Naja, but maybe anything else.
I wouldn't mind something. I don't know. Naja, you know, because that's being hovered. I was gonna willingly lean into it and maybe talk about it. I was just gonna say something that can be a setup machine, but also get damage out there. I feel like relying just on the Merlin and the Cupid
is this stream lagging?
Isn't quite enough. Although it's definitely better than what they had last time. I like the Erlong.
I got the movement speed bug from Magi's Revenge.
You've got a huge taunt. You've got good damage.
And I had to kill myself.
And when I'm looking at this team for the Kings, you know, a lot of the conversation we had in Game
it took so long that we kind of had to like reset the whole game.
Dialed up even more so, right? It's not just, hey, Ymir wall, and these are going to be picks that somewhat struggle into it. It's, hey, there's a Ymir wall.
Thanks for 5 month gingers, appreciate it.
Probably 3 total across the team that are just going to stop you from getting around that Ymir wall unless you have to invest something heavy into it. And you had already mentioned like the matchup, trying to chase down a Ho Yi, things like that. I think Erlong Shin can keep
I
up
cheated
well
and lost, dude. What's the point?
Find a lot of
I can't even win by
where,
cheating.
You know, you've got not just the setup, but a big heal and good follow-through that Twig is going to be able to apply here.
What do you think of the 2 comps here, Izzy?
For this Erlong Shen, definitely going to have some nice initiation. Yeah, Blink 9 turns blessing.
The comps on the screen, silly.
Or even the Blink Freeze from the Ymir on Genetics. So plenty of ways to get into the front line, get into the back line, at least
boring.
Jade Dragon.
I do agree.
But for Captain
Did you
Twig,
play? I was King Arthur.
Where's some of that
it was so funny. I was
should
actually
Does
zooming.
He go over to the dual lane, try and keep Panda Cat down on this host?
I could find out.
Maybe try and put a little bit of focus into the solo, deal with Final K, maybe the mid lane, any kind of place in particular.
That's it.
Build diversity that's coming from SOT on
Isolator, man. And you know, Vo had ult.
Oh, pulse for like 20 minutes.
Ult, your team.
This Morgan.
After getting caught out early on, I was like, oh no, we're gonna get the Neuma.
It's definitely not the ideal world for it. Let's see. No, yeah, they're just big.
I think it was her.
So I had to double check.
And layers to the back line. Sanctified Field boats up in the sky. But he's going to be low health bar when he lands.
No, it wasn't here, was it?
Dashes in, deals with layers while SOT tries to deal with...
No, it was after this.
Not the King Arthur, if you want
Oh, it was him.
Poked out. I wouldn't mind seeing Vote go up into the air.
SOT and Nika trying to deal with the opposite teams. SOT half HP, Fields of Love used, Votes up in the sky to get away from it, and the pillars are down.
So this game is over now, right? We win this team fight. Yeah, we won this half. And look at my MS! Look, I chill. And then I just stand still. I'm like, huh?
Dart is able to really make some strides for the Oni Ward. He's going to be forced to go back.
Guys, I'm really quick.
Step back from that initial sanctified field and survive the initial onslaught from the teams that I was so worried about earlier on in the game. They've had
and then, I don't think they showed me killing myself, though.
Pretty quickly. Not a whole lot of become a god for a moment and move it.
Nope, they didn't show it. They should have.
It's not sets. 2 individual games over the course of like
but yeah,
6.
Unlucky.
3 sets.
It was
to the roster.
Rough spot to
I'm
get
not
a
saying
bug.
It's a must-win because you clearly got room to fight back into this if you're the Camelot Kings. You go 1 game at a time.
Thanks, Shaw.
But I think statement time for the Kings to bounce back in game 2.
I would say that the difficulty of fighting back from a 2-0 is more pressing than if you're. Even if they go 2-1.
I mean, yeah, it sucks.
Like
we could have still won the game though, but
that
yeah, I do think that did kill momentum a lot.
You know, like you said, maybe not a must-win, but kind of like an asterisk. Like it's not like whatever
1 step down is
from a
should
must.
win.
Yeah, should win. Probably like need to win. But doesn't have to happen. Kind of heavy.
Hey, Evil.
There's no.
We're
there's got to be a word for it.
We're dancing around the word must.
3-0 IMO.
No, there's got to be.
Agreed.
There's what's a dialed down must?
The first best of 3 3-0 performance.
Would like to no because that's like
no one does it like us.
Anyway.
Yeah, gotta is still like a must. It's just not as heavy.
Yeah, it's not binary. Anyway, Camelot Kings score, and the Kings do draft. This is like a very Kings-y draft going into game 2. Not that game 1 wasn't. But the Kings kind of just watched a lot of objectives happen to them early in game 1. And by the time they wanted to fight, they were a bit behind in gold. And so I like some of the adjustments the Kings have made. Of course, Netroid, good at building some sustain around
Thanks,
the objectives.
Grandmaster.
But really, this Merlin pick adds the shred where really the E-set had secure in game 1.
Yeah, I think that this is something that, not only is going to enable them to maybe get aggressive earlier onto objectives, but I think it's just better for them all around. I think the Merlin damage plus having, something that's separate physical damage coming from Netroid is going to make it that the Kings can actually fight early on. Twig is on something outside of the Nike that I think could get hands-on a lot quicker as well. And so I have higher expectations for the execution of this draft, especially when it comes to objectives and at least maybe terms of speed. But like you said, even in team fights, Fine-OK, Polar Bear Mike, Big Man Tings is going to do a lot of damage to him. And I think that's a good opening for the Kings to maybe play around with.
I've been waiting.
Thanks for the 3 months hot pit. Appreciate it.
We've only had 1 game, so it's not like I've been waiting long. I've been waiting and hoping for a solo kill. Might get a 2v2 kill. Pandacat jumps back in towards Netroid. Really, that jump back in, I think, slows down the Camelot Kings in their way in. This is a 2v2 over in solo.
They did secure their own blue. I don't know if they kill anyone here. This is definitely
but maybe still a fight to be
not worth chasing.
Slows connecting on the final kill. This is awkward for Twig. Still level 2.
Actually, no, the enemy blue's still up, so this is really good by Dragons.
Essentially a blue buff counter in.
They should probably try and kill.
Oh, he's blinked over by Captain Twig.
That's a good play by Twig
as well. Even the 1 level advantage for both Fine-OK and Scream.
Both teams played it well.
Not enough to give the Dragons confidence for an invade of their own.
I like the mentality behind what Scream was going for there, even if it doesn't work out. I think if Twig just walks, if he
yeah, Renewal's better than Gaia.
Scream stealing the buff. I'm gonna.
Renewal's just a good item, like outside of lane as well. Gaia's only good in lane.
It's very lucky that it's he's not even on it. So it's like not only do you not get the steal, you also don't get the kind of potential gank that you were looking for. Either you don't find Twig off guard.
Dude, us beating Titans shouldn't really be like a surprise thing.
We
beat them most of the time now.
Neither of you have the damage. You lost the element of surprise, and it all kind of falls flat. Doesn't result in a first blood, but I think that's the kind of play I want to see Scream.
Thanks for 5 months, Snail. Appreciate it.
Show you the mindset though of the Camelot Kings, even with a 1 level.
Doesn't pick his blue up. Yeah, they wanted to get the enemy blue, but play didn't work out, so now he's blueless.
Because think of it, the Kings went for a blue buff invade on the Dragons just prior to that. Unsuccessful as the Dragons secure it. But I think Twig a big difference maker where the 1 level advantage for the Dragons. Still wasn't enough to then go push out for the other blue buff. And really, I guess what you hope for from Twig, when you have Mannequin Scepter, you have Erlang Shen, early in the game is when you want to start getting things going for your squad. Blue buff invades, love the attempt. Maybe
no way you just got ads.
Pagon, potentially left side of the map here once you hit level 5.
Yeah, I think that with Pagon having that ult available and transformations available, I don't think we talked about it much on the desk past the Lancelot transformations, but I think in this case,
you're 15 seconds behind.
There's a lot that you'd really talk past. I mean, maybe RDO and I think Erlang.
You think we'll take Jock's spot?
Equation. And like,
Scario had X.
I think we always talk about the Warriors, so I'll do diligence and throw King Arthur out there. But I really do think Lancelot, like just in terms of ults and what you're going to get out of that transformation, probably just the best, right? A big cripple field that helps lock down not only Tings but Twig and Netrioid. Like, it could be a really big turnaround for you. So not only could it be Scream doing well, but then also Pagon being able to apply that. Plus, given the playstyle we've seen from Pagon, it feels like the Assassin just kind of fits his hand a little bit better in terms of a glove than some of the Warriors.
Yeah, Pagon, the battle between Pagon and Ting is already something we talked about, of course, in Game 1. Continues on here into Game number 2, but continues to be a bit more dynamic, where Merlin sticks around, and so does Twig on the Jade Dragon side of the jungle. A very
what's Twig doing?
9 turns blessing.
He should be dead for this.
Popped, and now Twig left running with the health that he's got.
I feel like Pagon should have ulted first
Ymir,
instead of waiting like
Lancelot for like the 5th time
for the last moment.
In the last couple of games, as Genetics face plants Pagon. Blink forward though from Captain Twig will get the beads off the Morrigan.
Could still find some damage. Pagon's looking for something, but I don't know if this is a fight you want to take.
Nice Ymir wall. That's a pre-wall from Genetics, but a good ultimate from Final-K. Slows it down, and how about that from Mike? The pull-in on the 2 members of the Camelot Kings.
Nice,
we are scrapping at level 5, 6, and 7. A massive freeze, though, from Genetics. It's huge. It's a winter advisory warning out there, and it's only the 1 kill brought back. The Jade Dragons end up picking up 2, but a scrap and a half is everyone, but maybe one player from each team getting involved on right.
Had to happen, Nicholas, because it would just happen again.
I have to give him the shout out just because it saves.
And now I think the item's just banned in the tournament. You just can't build it anymore.
But it is a good play to make sure that your jungle is able to get out of there. You lose your front lines, doesn't feel necessarily great, and
I think it's like 15K between the team for a minute.
Because you kill off Scream. It keeps that experience from A, being invaded, so you don't lose like a speed buff or any back camps, but also you don't necessarily lose crazy amounts of farm in comparison. He's not getting a wave where there was no variety before, and it's putting him ahead. So keeps things a little more equalized out.
It just sucks that it affected an actual game, though.
That they're able to find, and it kind of shows.
I think everyone kind of overlooked that Mori could cause it.
Both of these drafts can be in these team fights. That wall was really great up against the Lancelot. But like you said, it's something, one, we've seen a ton,
Mike
and
got
two,
it.
That was Pagon's Lancelot, not even Scream. Like, they had gone in with the second ult at that point. And so only doing it once is only going to get you so far.
Another pre-wall from Genetics, but Mike has no problem pulling in the Ymir. Scream is here, and a double taunt from Captain Twig gives the Camelot Kings a bit more footing. And Genetics not only will live,
Twig should definitely
but now set up for a double stun from Final-K as the King Arthur rejoins the fight and gives the Jade Dragons a foothold here. And a massive pull again from Mike. Gives more opportunities to the Jade Dragons, but Tings, he's full HP on the back
way
line.
he actually gets away with that.
Fight for Final-K. Keeps this one tilting towards the Jade Dragons. Pagon transforms again.
Where's Pagon going?
Will dash away. A 3-for-1, maybe 3-for-2, and an important 3-for-2.
Double lance to new double Cthulhu.
For a double kill for Twig.
I mean, it is really good.
Still, again, it's one of those weird things. Does it balance out feeling better for you?
Definitely a lot less oppressive, I'd say.
Kings, which that's not going to be great. At the long run, that is uncomfortable. But the amount of pressure the Dragons are putting on and the pull from Mike, man. I mean, so beautiful. And yeah, like you said, walls out of Genetics, freezes out of Genetics. Really good control, I think, like you said, from both supports here. But that pull. That one wins my heart a little bit more.
It should.
It was, I mean, 2 people pulled back in. I think Variety's out of that fight otherwise. And again, maybe it comes out, like you said, 3-for-2. Not crazy, but it's nice for the Dragons. And if you're watching them, it's an insane amount of pressure that they're trying to put up. It's all kill pressure. They don't care much about the waves.
The last like 2 times I've seen Twig play Warrior jungles, like he just gets behind early.
On a double stun.
Plus 3 times, I guess.
Squishy targets of the Camelot Kings.
Yeah, good engage from him.
I mean, so much talk about.
What did you have to do to fix the bug? I had to kill myself in the enemy fountain.
Not often
And everyone had to sit there and wait for me to do it and respawn.
Like big team fights like that in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the game. This is a faster pace than I expected us to get here in game 2. 8 kills in just over 8 minutes. Really nice look for finalization, who's got a 1-level lead and 3 kills already on this King Arthur. Mike's in a bit of trouble here. Lots of lockdown, taunt, CC, stuns, walls, all of it, and that'll be one dead Atlas.
They pause all the death timers.
You gotta get the kill, and that'll help the King stabilize.
Arguably, though, I would say that it's fine. Well, okay, no, that's Scream. I was like, if that was Pagon on the horse, I was a little more worried. I think it's fine.
No, we literally had to wait.
You know, ult for ult, because you eat so much. I mean, right? Like that's such a heavy.
So what ended up happening is Mid Phoenix respawned.
You're not really losing
they respawned. All relics came up, and it was just like.
And so it is an important
just a 5v5
kill, I think, for the
thingy.
Kings to get, but not an important death on the other side, right? You need that if you're the Kings.
That was great.
Balancing things out. But now you're missing out on a little bit of utility that could.
Not gonna lie,
really
boys, I was mentally out after having to deal with that.
More than anything.
Ouch. This duo lane doesn't look great for Netroid right now.
That is just crazy.
Down to PandaCat's Hou-Yi. And we talked about this yesterday, PandaCat versus Vote during the Dragon's Oni Warrior set. And it's specifically when PandaCat gets this Hou-Yi and how different the laning phase tends to look for Panda.
I think there's a clip of it, right?
Just want to see
someone made like a
command by Scream and Pagon. Blink necessary. Fine, okay. Stun, Scream. Blinks in, and the wall from Genetics keeps Variety with 3 of the J Dragons. Man,
the double land sits in.
All of it over on the right side of the map. A freeze into an ultimate from Genetics slows down the J
Really,
Dragons.
whether they're all inning an Artia though.
Wall allows Variety to secure his life. And the J Dragons will be searching for a kill, but will come up empty-handed.
And this is a fight. I don't know if I like the Kings going back in here because they're just going to be able to find.
Why the fuck is Panda here?
Easy pick, but even Variety's going to be in trouble.
PandaCat is here out of no.
Huh?
Why is Variety all the way behind the J Dragons? But
what is this game?
Take it back to base now as Mike has gotten that kill.
Royd's here as well.
Chased down by Big Man
what
Tige,
the fuck?
On the ricochet from PandaCat. Will get gunned down, but at least trades out 1. So all
Does anyone know what's even happening?
Lopsided trades that keep favoring the J Dragons.
And I mean, even lopsided, it's something. I'm surprised they're not just going for the Pyro. I guess it's because Pagon's super low and can't really get in there. So realistically, yeah, I get it. But also, that's the danger of these fights right now. The re-engage from the Kings is what.
Belt, yeah.
I know I saw Variety.
And it's so bad for Royd. Like he needs to catch up. He's 3 levels down.
Turn that kill around. I don't know if I like the re-engage for the rest of the Kings. I think you just leave Variety out to dry.
Yeah, everyone else is fine. It's just he's 3 levels down. 2 now, I guess. 2 full levels.
And maybe have some pressure around a Pyromancer, because that's what happens otherwise. Luckily, you're able to kill off Fine OK and get a lot of health bars there, but
yeah, he's not going to be happy with that.
Kill volume still goes in favor of the
Who he rotates
right
gets
now,
2 kills, he rotates gets his
deal,
beats forced.
And like the next 2 minutes, next 3 minutes, that's a Pyromancer. That's more gold in their pocket. Next 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that's a Gold Fury. More gold in their pocket.
Yeah, he really is.
Fire
He's been playing
an
insane.
easy amount of tower slaying after that point. So I think you really have to start envisioning how you're getting aggressive here. And the downside is
thanks for 17 months, Camgirl. Appreciate it.
Right? I mean, you've got really good pressure.
Do you want to hang out with me? No pressure. Oh, like in call.
You've got some pressure from your
yeah, we could do Hazer.
Netroid in that fight showed up.
I'm not gonna have as much energy and stuff like that, you know, as you, but
everybody
I can do my part.
Not only just farming a little bit stronger, but they've got massive level leads, at least in the duo lane.
Give me a ring.
Really paying off well.
And that
I will chair 1. Does that mean you talk more?
Get to finish that thought before the fight broke out. PandaCat on this Hou-Yi is just a different type of dynamic. And of course, I'll cover it again, plenty of options for Panda that he looks great on. But there's something about Hou-Yi.
Hello.
Hey man, how you doing?
Good, you?
Yeah, good. I guess
it's been a while.
Long pass of 3 for you earlier on.
Yeah, it was great, man. It was great.
You got it was fast.
I never
moving fast.
I never thought I'd have to deal with something like that in a pro gamer smite, but you know, another day at the office, really.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is looking a little bit scary for the Kings so far, huh? But they're looking for a Scream now. What time are you at, by the way? I wonder if we're at the same time.
13, 25, 26.
Yeah, we're pretty much spot on.
Yeah, it feels like the Kings are just like feeding into exactly what Dragons want, right? In these
it's
games.
Brawly, which is what Dragons want, not what Kings want, right?
What happened to the macro AFK Kings, you know?
Exactly. Which is what Mambo did against Dragons, and they made them struggle.
Yeah.
You know, there's the
That's
perfect
the best way
playstyle.
to play against bolts and dragons, I think.
Yeah, sorry, I think I said Kings there rather than Dragons. Whoopsies. Words. But yeah, what are you thinking about these comps? How you feel like? Do you feel like late game the Kings have the better comp, or do you think the Dragons run this throughout?
I just think the double Lancelot's too OP, honestly. Especially when they have like bad backliners into them. I think a good Mori can carry this game. So we'll have to wait and
Antagon
see.
is probably a good Mori, but we'll see. Not Darda's level.
Yeah, not Darda's level, but no one is, to be honest.
Scream dead.
Oh, Scream dead? Twig dead?
Twig should be, yeah. Dies on landing. I think he died to, did he die to FG on landing there somehow?
Yeah.
That was a weird damage spike.
I didn't watch much of game 1. Can you give me a summary?
Game 1, Big Man played E-set and played poorly. And they lost. They also had Freya plus E-set as their carries.
Yeah,
finalization went like Pesty plus Bulwark and just was unkillable.
Classic.
I would say that was the big things in that game.
How did the Nike look? I saw they picked that.
It didn't really do anything. I was kind of into the Nike, but it didn't do anything in that game. It was pretty irrelevant.
Not a surprise, honestly. I feel like she's a better solo laner. Just because of Bluestone and Glades. Like, she has so many abilities to fuck that.
I think she's a little bit of a sleeper pick. Like, she's definitely viable, but just nobody's playing her.
Well, the thing is, you always get, like, Arthur Lance or Collins, so no real point playing her.
Yeah. Tier coming up into that conversation now as well, it feels like.
A little bit.
Getting heavily picked. Yeah, I was into the... When I saw the Nike pick come through, I was like, okay. I'm excited. It's something new, you know, something different, but...
Yeah.
I didn't get any of the Nike excitement during the game. I also thought it was cool because of the Relic choice you're making to make. They had a Ymir, they had an E-set, and they had a Nike, right? And you kind of want to get specific relics to counter all three, and you can't get them all.
Yeah, true. Evil, thanks for the sub, appreciate it. Thanks for 19 months. I need to move stuff around on my monitor.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I'm currently munching on some pasta, so if you hear weird noises...
We just had some Panda Express.
Oh yeah?
It goes hard.
Is it good? Is it better than British Chinese food, would you say?
Hard to say, you know, because in the UK it's like very specific to the location you get it from, right? There's not really chains, I feel like.
No, yeah, but I feel like most Chinese places have the same stuff. Like you get like chicken balls with like sweet and sour sauce.
Well, I definitely prefer Panda Express. Yeah, the orange chicken is too good.
Okay, I gotta give it more of a go. I feel like as far as chains in the US goes, one I've not really tried that much of. No, I like the ribs you get from a Chinese, like the sweet and
never had it.
Oh, you never
Not a big ribs guy, no. Personally, no.
Oh shit!
Too messy.
Spare ribs, they're banging. I like the chips from a Chinese as well. The fries from Chinese. If the Yanks want to know. Oh, fluffy. Anyway, let's have a look at the builds. Trans into Solier for Scream, the double stack.
No beads again, which is troll, by the way.
Oh yeah, Blink Aegis. What the fuck? Surely he can just die.
He should do. He's just gonna go full damage without Magi's as well, and just like commit all in and hope it works out.
Yeah. He does love dying for the dub.
I don't think Lancelot needs Blink, by the way. I feel like it's troll. Like,
yeah, it doesn't really seem like a Blink character.
Like, what do you do when you blink? Blink 2?
Blink 1.
I don't know. It's like, I feel like if anything, it makes your ult even harder to use. Like, because you might just miss it because you're on top of someone.
Yeah, it seems odd. But yeah, we'll see how he plays with it. Top damage for FinoK. FinoK on the King Arthur, a god who we've seen most people take him off of this year. Also, quad health chalices.
Yep.
On the side of the dragons, they're taking a leaf out of your book.
Yeah, it's definitely Scream spreading that to the dragons. He's a big chalice guy. I mean, it's broken. Even Mike should have it, but I guess he's got a ward.
Yeah, I don't mind skipping the fifth one, I guess. Ward chalice, by the way, for Scream. He's gone double. That's a weird one. Double chalice.
Yeah, you don't see that often.
Double horse ults. They're doubling up in this game.
Well, fine with Magi's, but he can't build Revenge. He has to be careful here. So Revenge is banned. Revenge is banned for the rest of the tournament.
Now.
I think. Okay. Wait, let me confirm that.
I thought maybe they would have banned it for like just I don't know.
One Mori per games? Team, unless Mori is in the game, then none. So yeah, no Revenge this game.
So silly.
Yeah, it's sad that it had to take like an actual game to like make a ruling on that.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I guess nobody had talked about it, right? I hadn't heard anything.
Yeah,
anyway.
no, I guess no one thought that like Mori could trigger it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things.
In retrospect, it makes sense, but yeah, just not one that came into people's minds. Twig, low, will live huge damage on a Merlin. Netrioid follows up and PBM falls. That is a big death, actually. Third one of the game for PBM.
Yep.
The Atlas is interesting to me. Is Atlas making like a big comeback in support? Do you think, since he he was out of the game for a bit?
I think only like I think only Gamma is really good at the Atlas from what I've seen. I think the god's really underrated, but he's like I think you need to build some damage on him to get full value, because he's so tanky inherently and hard to like even get onto. Like you get so much value from building like a Divine or Meriden. That's what Gamma does, and it's OP. He
did both, right? Last time out. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Oh, Fino's dead.
Wait, what are they doing?
I don't know. I think they baited that they were going mid-tier 1 and they quickly reset and went into the jungle and caught
That's
them out.
weird. Like that's the worst thing you can do. You're one man down and you just step up to get picked for no reason, right? It feels like all the control Dragons had is gone now from the game. It's like back to what Kings won, really.
And I actually prefer the Kings. I think this Ymir is going to have so much... Oh, Nets. I think he'll live, yeah.
He'll live. That's really ambitious by Panda.
Yeah, a little over aggro.
Yeah, this is weird. They're getting a bit too trigger happy here.
Yeah, maybe in a rush. That definitely used to be a thing that happened to the Dragons.
Yeah, especially like the later the game went.
They get antsy. I personally feel like the King's comp scales better, like just because of Ymir wall.
Yeah, I do think the Ymir. Yeah, this is a really big Ymir game. I just think they're not really using Morrigan well enough now, like at this stage of the game. Like they're not warding around objectives and like letting them open on people. They're just like mindlessly running it down in lanes.
Yeah.
We'll see though. Gold is up.
And they make
Fine's not here though.
Yeah, he's way over and right. They gotta just let this go, I feel like. They're gonna go Pyro, maybe. They have to go Pyro.
Yeah, Harry can stop that by himself though, honestly. Like, oh, he could steal this. Like,
he didn't. Good try.
I think he can delay this long enough. Because Panda was also pulling us, so... He just has to not die.
Yeah,
and he should just pick this up now, honestly. Oh, mid. I feel like Scream is just... He's always taking way too much damage before the fight. Oh, what a wall!
Oh,
Twig does have Blink here.
And there it is.
Oh,
no
he's on the horse. He's on the horse.
He's great Aegis.
That's actually a big bounce by Panda. He maybe saved Pagon there. He stunned Twig just before he got to go on him.
Yeah. Twig did. That's Peg on both relics. That's Atlas both relics. That screams Aegis.
I mean, the big one is Morrigan ult. Like, they should just take advantage of this and, like, maybe even pull FG after they back in.
Maybe bait. Yeah, they should. They probably have a lot of gold in hand here.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at the Mori bug on the gold graph. Love to see it.
Yeah, very weird by Dragons. They've let, like, 5k gold lead slip. Probably the same in XP, because Panda was, like, 3 levels ahead at some point. I think just, yeah, really bad, like, back-to-back decision-making by them.
Yeah, a lot of overforcing, I feel like. They wanted to accelerate the game, and they, like...
Yeah, when they really
didn't do it around
to,
anything. They just did it in, like, lanes, you know?
Yeah.
There wasn't anything they were fighting over.
With lanes and, like, split fights is alright. It was, like, 2 people making a play, or, like, 1 person making a play, rather than, like, as a team.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not grouping with Mori, like, it's just not gonna work out in comp.
Yeah, and Merlin now has hit kind of critical mass.
Yeah, he has, for sure.
He's fucking slamming at this point.
Always getting get a good wall here. Oh, that is insane. He's dead.
He's gone.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, the walls are just too good.
Peace! And that's an FG pull, and they're just letting it go. You can tell by the movement already.
Yeah.
I think they're just going to call till they give this one.
Oh,
maybe
unless...
not.
Again, though, that's like Mike didn't even need to be there. Like, he could see no one was on FG. He's just too far up in the worst choke he could be in.
The corridor of death.
Yep.
Does it again.
He doesn't have Phantom either, so he needed to be way more careful. I mean, this is just like way too many mistakes in a row by Dragons.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those as well where like they can scale so badly for you if you
Thanks
make
for the
one
gifted
bad
sub,
mistake,
Kara.
and then
Appreciate it.
You don't just like give up the objective afterwards. So in this case, it was like they made a bad mistake. They didn't really give up the gold / pyro afterwards, and then
they didn't stabilize ever. It was just
like
one mistake after another. Yeah.
It's a bunch of TKOs bought by the wall, bought by that damage.
And that should be 1-to-1. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that we're going 1-to-1. I was slightly worried after game 1 that this could end up being a blowout.
Yeah. Well, I think this game is. I think the Kings will take this set personally, and I think like this game is probably something that will cause that. It's like this was worst case scenario I think for Kings, right? They got put behind really far, but then now they can see that like Dragons will like make so many mistakes to put him back in the game to get to late game, and like Kings are probably the best late game team in the league. Like they not just to do with like how like they play individually, just like moving people around the map and like forcing you into mistakes and stuff like that. So I think this game will be like big confidence booster for them.
I feel like they're really, really good at this point of the game, like FG sieges and gold fury fights and things like that. I think where they do actually struggle a bit is, I said FG sieges there, but I mean like when they have to siege a Phoenix, I think quite often on their first siege they make like a bad mistake. But we'll see if they're more focused today and they don't do that. Oh, Variety almost got picked.
A bit too high up.
He's fine though. That's very Variety, isn't it?
It is, yeah. He's had a really good tournament, by the way.
Yeah, beast. Been beast. I think he's the best Lance solo, honestly. I know you're in there as well, but
I think it's me personally, but yeah, I think it's between me or him. I mean, we're the only ones that play it as well, so
yeah.
From what I've seen.
Yeah, Lance solid event. I think it's just been one of the better
new God releases.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's really been really good.
So fun to play.
Yeah.
Interesting they're going just straight for a Phoenix there. With like no waves pushing in their favor elsewhere. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is very ambitious.
Yeah, Twig maybe go mid, push the wave up, get the tier 2. There's no
maybe they're just trying to force that's Atlas ult. Maybe they're just trying to force ults here and then like split off to mid.
They're just gonna commit on the Phoenix, I'm sure of it. And
like this is like the only way they can throw the game, which is why it's weird that they go for this.
But they always do this. They do. Twig has gone to mid, but
see now, and he still has to get the mid wave.
Big man beach.
And the jump nothing.
Cupid ult. Oh yeah, okay, they forced every ult.
Yeah.
Okay, they should win now.
Yeah, they also managed to get half of the Phoenix somehow with like no creeps.
Yeah, I don't know
just with from
working.
Like I don't know how it's working, but like I guess great play.
Yeah, they have no wards, I guess, spotting Twig walking out towards...
Yeah, I mean, Morgan Lens have also, by the way, so...
Yeah.
He's getting a free flank as well. Oh, he got scared.
Mary around the back.
Yeah, he got scared to make the play, so...
He's got it, though. They still
He turned into Merlin, no way.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, that's just a big blunder there.
Misclick?
Yeah, that has to be a misclick. That's a horrible play. He also got scared of diving the backline. He stealthed through the door and then just gave up.
Yeah. So weird. That's game.
I mean, that's just right there, like, why people don't really play Morrigan a lot, because one bad decision and you've kind of lost your team the game.
Yeah.
Whereas if he just goes Lance there and he goes all in on the dive, like, he could just, like, wipe the backline.
Yeah, it was such a great engagement. It was a blink call by Scream that actually went really,
it was
well.
really big.
That was a good one.
Big kill for Mike.
Yeah, he got one. KDA saved.
I mean,
4 and 6.
Hey, at least it's evened up now. No one wants to see a stomp finals.
Exactly. Yeah, I want it to be. I want a long one. I want a big
What are your
one.
thoughts on this, like, beach theme? the whole
I
tournament.
don't know, I think it's fun. I don't mind. I think they're
I
having fun.
don't mind
it.
that.
Yeah, it's okay. Like I'm kind of like. Could they have switched it out for week 2 maybe and just gone back to normal? But whatever. It's like a tournament, I guess, wide theme. And I like that the casters get to be comfortable. Fuck forcing people to wear a suit.
Yeah,
that's all
especially like it is still so hot here.
Yeah, it's roasting here as well. I'm literally, I can feel sweat coming down my forehead right now.
I mean, that's the intense games, man.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just under pressure. Anyway, right, shall I catch you for picks and bans in the next game?
Yep. Sounds good.
See you in a bit. Bye.
Bye.
You. Bye.
Love you too. Wow. I'm going to be up B as well. So I'm going to run some ads while some FK.
free games with Prime in August 2022. Command alien troops and vie for control of the galaxy in the sci-fi strategy game StarCraft Remastered. Join Zack on a point-and-click adventure as he works to save the world from an alien stupidity machine in Zack McCracken and the Alien Mind Vendors. Become a wildlife photographer and explore the magical secrets of a mysterious land and beasts of Maravilla Island. Enter the mainframe where you'll need to fight and hack your way to victory in the digital survival game Recompile. Battle your way through unknown lands and ancient machines that guard the secrets of humanity in the roguelite adventure Scourgebringer. A woman has been killed and you've been assigned to the case. Hunt for clues, question witnesses, and solve the murder in Family Mysteries, Poisonous Promises. With Amazon Prime, you'll also get free shipping, videos, music, and more. Now members can also play these games for free, straight from the cloud, with Amazon Luna. Get all these and more at gaming.amazon.com. Go where the games take you.
If any of the games in that trailer interested you, or maybe you just want to check out what Twitch Prime has to offer to anybody out there, not just in that video, but the multitude of games within their catalog, the multitude of content in that are basically add-ons to all of the games that you're already playing, then make sure that you get yourself a Twitch Prime subscription or a Prime membership, and then link that over for your Twitch membership so you can get a Prime Gaming subscription to get all those free games, all the great free content in those games, as well as a free Twitch membership to your favorite streamers out there. You can use it right here on the Smite Game channel or use it wherever you please. And then also with the Prime membership, as it says, you get the free shipping, music, movies, and more available to you. Anything that you want to buy that Amazon at least has delivered straight to your doorstep in 2 days, sometimes less, depending if you do get lucky out there. Thank you so much for Prime Gaming for being the sponsor of Season 9 of the Smite Pro League. Coming back into the Smite Masters League, though, game number 2. Bit of a flip of the script here at Gormizer. This time it's the Camelot Kings coming out on top over the Jade Dragons.
Yeah.
Great team fights. A little shaky to start things out, to say the very least. A lot of kind of questionable fights that the Kings were taking, going back in when it seems they should have been getting out, looking specifically at like those solo lane fights in the first 10-15 minutes. The Camelot Kings able to rally together as they always do once we come down to these late game fights, grab some objectives and find some very key picks, and also Netroid kind of popping off that game.
Yeah, and after like an unfortunate start for him, right? He spent so much time not accomplishing anything, not even to try and take it away from him. But then finally at the end starts having some huge plays. Look, that first off, that's a beautiful freeze.
Nuts.
That I will admit did not even register fully to me during that fight when the Kings were able to find it. I think that, you know, like you said, you have to mention the Cupid just because of what it was able to provide for this team in the late game team fights, and mostly in regards to the fact that it was able to be a good source of Fields of Love, but also with his build, and you know, David mentioned it while we were casting it, but he got the you know, it was Light Blade versus Chin Size, and then the next time we do a build check, it's Tier 2 Odibo versus Odibo. Like, that was the difference between them. And so damage numbers start to fly really true for the Cupid after that. And look, when they're kind of gifted to you because Genetics is hitting some insane walls, blocking people off, forcing damage, Scream, it never felt like he was able to really get anything truly done. I'm starting to wonder if, A, it showcases why Cupid is such a high priority, and B, maybe knocks Lancelot down a little bit, right? Like, I mean, you know, I'd have to double check all of his games, all of his wins, things like that, but it feels like if you first pick him super high up and this other team's playing Ymir like that, you either need to get Ymir on your squad as soon as possible, or you maybe need to ban it out a little bit earlier, because it feels like it has definitely been skewing in favor of the Ymir the last couple of days.
This Cupid pick, just in general, I mean, it has been flying up the charts in popularity over the last few weeks of the SPL, flying up the charts in popularity as far as the first week of Masters, and now, even in week 2 of Masters, we're seeing just how potent this Cupid is, we're seeing how potent the Ymir is, and maybe you're right to say Lancelot maybe slides away from that first pick selection. Yeah. We've been seeing a lot more of him in the jungle, at least today, where prior, when we're looking at like teams like the Kings, they're typically picking that one up, throwing it over in the solo lane, things like that, so maybe we do see kind of a change-up as we jump into picks and bans for game number 3 to see what adaptations do get made from these teams. Do want to throw out at least a little bit of a mention there. We went that entire game, and Dodgy was not picked or banned at all, which is so strange to say, considering our first set of the day, she was #1 banned every single
Is he gone?
Not only that, but after last week, right? Hell, not even last week. Let's go back further. Week 8, week 7,
hey,
week
man.
6 of phase 2. Like, for however many
That's
weeks,
my name.
Dodgy
Oh yeah, bud.
because she was
Oh yeah, bud. Kirkullen banned by the Kings. It's still 1-0 Jade Dragons. That game did not count. Hearing Justin, this Justin, that didn't count. Europe tax is what I'm hearing from the admins.
There we go.
Oh, that was great. Everyone could have just come to my stream to hear you instead. That would have been
true.
I mean, that could have been a good strat. ESET banned by the Kings on first pick side, by the way, because Big Man shit it up one time.
Yeah, maybe his confidence is rocked on it.
It is. He was bad. They were bad as well. They had like Freya plus ESET.
Yeah, it's horrible.
They never like whoop into Spirit Ball ever. And then at one point, Big Man was hitting a 2-man Spirit Ball, and
he
whooped them both out of it.
Classic. That can't be something they practice then.
Yeah.
Must have been like off the cuff.
Yeah, it also like it looked really bad in terms of like having the double magical. It looked really bad from what I saw as well.
Yeah, I mean double magical into like a soul laner is just a nightmare. Like you get to go like Bulwark, Pesty, and like even if you need more, you have Onis if you want to.
Yeah.
Nemesis first pick. I mean, this is the the god that Twigs look best on. It's not even close.
Yeah, it's been perm banned against him for a lot of this tournament actually. The Nam.
Yeah, because I think on every other pick, he's been kind of like hot or cold, you know. But on them, he's always playing well.
Yeah. Arthur for fine, okay, one more time. He loves it. And Merlin for Pagon. This time he won't be. We looked, by the way. He had Merlin selected as his transformation.
Interesting.
For the Mori, you know, he had it set up, and I don't know if he like forgot that was what he had set up or whatever. But yeah, it looked really bad when we watched it.
Yeah. It's just like such a risky play when you could just go Lancelot and go horse mode.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense if you want to like follow up on someone else's CC.
Yeah, like if you're actually 100%. But yeah, he just kind of randomly whipped it, you know.
Ooh, AMC. Is this a big man AMC? Do you think?
I think it depends on if they can get a magical in the. Actually, no, they'll do double hunter with the Artio locked in, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, should be big men on it.
Yeah, I mean it's good to see. I mean I think Dardes has been so good at this god and done so much with it. The other mid laners. But I mean that's the same way I've been saying. That's the same thing I've been saying about Big Man Neath for a while, and nobody's picking that up. Although less prevalent in this event for sure.
Yep.
Hey, Ozzy. Artemis pick is interesting. I guess no CC immunity on the top.
He's played really well with it against us as well. Like very hard to die, very like hard to punish in lane. Unless you pick like crazy like Nem is not that good into an art, right? Like in terms of ganking.
Yeah.
So like I mean even Artio, you know, not the best into an Artemis. Like it's just a really solid hyper carry pick. And obviously like Pens is just really good at the god, always has been.
Yeah, I like it into triple. Like it's like a, you know, it's not quite Ares, but picking a god with an ult like Arts into 3 characters who don't have CC immunity.
Yeah, it is
always gonna be cozy. Yeah,
it's just another win condition like that. Like they've already drafted 3 win conditions right on that team. It's like King Arthur, if he gets big early, like he can just carry the whole game, and then you have 2 late game scaling carries. So just a good start to the draft, I think.
It's true. Disco's open this game and hasn't been picked. I would love a Disco here for Kings, and they just go all out pressure and try and win this one in like 15 minutes. I'd like that a lot.
I don't even think an Artio with Disco passive can like do much to an Arthur.
They only give it to the AMC though? I don't know. I would say try and get it on the AMC. Artio avoid trading as much as you can.
Yeah, it's just hard to really like play around that. I mean, AMC should have top damage in lane, right? But AMC ADC players, they max the hive anyway, so
yeah,
those guys are never going to be top damage.
They don't slam.
Ooh, Olaron is definitely going to be a pick hit for Kings, right?
Yeah, they banned the Baron and the Ymir makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking, I mean, they're just going to finish with Olaron Khepri here. I don't know why Khepri's still open, really, against Kings.
Yeah, Net a great Olaron player as well.
It should definitely be an Olaron
matchup. Is it a bad matchup into art? I guess it probably is.
Oh, I guess it is not the best matchup, yeah.
very easy slot into
I still like it though.
Already looking at this, I actually wouldn't have minded the Capri on the other side.
Netrioid got soloed the other day by Zatman, right? One of his, he never gets soloed.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, real.
He's the guy soloing everyone.
Specifically one target. I feel like a Capri under that pick.
You max the 3, nice many. That's better than the 1.
Truly, that can't be allowed.
I don't mind it. I mean, I think Jingwei is a bit slept on. I mean, she is still like a good hyper carry.
Yeah, a little underrated.
Really strong with the current ADC build as well, I think.
With the trans one?
Well, the votes one, I think, is good on Jing. But like the Death's Temper and like Devos and like Oboe, Kins, XC, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Silver Branch. Oh, Bog.
Bog though. Yeah.
It's so crazy seeing like some of the, like a few weeks ago, yeah, like Bog's getting literally first banned, and now it's like Tsukiyomi. That is not a good Tsuki pick. I hate this god. I think he should lose every time he picks it.
It's definitely bad into Bog, I feel like.
Yeah, and them.
In a number of ways.
And Autio.
Yeah, not the best Tsuki game.
It is just another hyper carry though, so I mean, they do have like 5 really good gods. They don't really do much together though. Like that is a really low CC comp, the Dragons one.
Yeah. Yeah, the Art's gonna have to carry the beads force, I guess. Arthur can force beads a bit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I don't know if Arthur gets much value against like Capri, AMC, and Bog. Like he's not. I don't think he's too big of a threat to that. With a Nemol as well. Like if you remember, like us against Bolts, when we did double hunt in Nem, like Haddix like literally just insta died every fight. Like you cannot, like you literally cannot dive into that.
You can't go blink either. You have to go beads.
Yep.
Because it's just unplayable without beads, right? Against Capri Art.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's a tough
I like
one.
the King's composition better.
Yeah, I think the Kings ended their draft like way better.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much value the Umoja is going to get when like I think the Kings are just going to play to kill Arthur and then like just pull objectives and no one can really contest.
Yeah, Umoja has that weird sort of front. She's a weird support and
Thanks,
she plays
Mudgeon.
almost positionally as a backliner, right?
Yeah, yeah. But who knows? Mike's done some like Blink Umoja stuff in the past. Maybe we see it
Really
again.
not. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it. Wait, is it still Is it J-Mac, Dolson, and Gore on the desk as well as Gore and Dolson on the cast?
Wait, what? Sorry, I zoned out.
So there's only 3 casters in today because of people being sick.
Oh.
So they're doing like both the desk and the cast, I think. I don't know if Dolson's on the desk as well, or if he's taking a break. So Gore is doing both desk and cast.
Yeah, it's such a shame, like COVID kind of like, because it's already been a good tournament. Like all the sets have been good, but like,
yeah,
it would have been sick in studio.
Yeah, I actually think like I was surprised at how many close sets we got. After like the start to the tournament, I was really worried, and then like that Hex Mambo set versus Scarabs on Sunday kind of like opened the floodgates.
That definitely saved the tournament. Like,
yeah,
that was the only good set like leading up to the week 2.
Absolutely, yeah, it carried week 1
easily.
like hardcore. It was really good though. I enjoyed it a lot. Just so hype. Are you gonna Gambop in your chat, Nika? Surely somebody's doing one.
To try and break down.
I don't know, man. I just have this on for content hours. Actually, I hate watching Smite. I'm not gonna lie.
You gotta hit your hours. So do you have the?
Oh, the ad incentive. It's a big one this month.
Yeah, I didn't take it. I've never taken it.
What?
Trolling, I think. Yeah.
Yes, you should trust me. Surprising, like force partners at this point.
I'm just worried about like mid rolls getting run. Like while we're midway through the game.
I think you can control that stuff. I think if you run enough, they never do mid roll.
Yeah.
Like you can space them out and like run your own and stuff still.
Yeah, that's the thing I need to do. I guess if I'm to take it, just make sure I run them like at the end of every game and like after picks and bans every game.
Yeah. Yeah, you just have to become like Smite Game. Like billion ads like after the game.
I'll get there. I'll have to do a hey gobble.
Game number 4 was the fastest one. I think getting the advantage here in game number 3, just having that,
they got this game going. What's happening?
Whoa.
Things like that you can rely on. If you lose game 4,
Oh, they had a pause.
You can make adjustments. But realistically, that pressure then being mounted.
Let's see. I think Dragons paused.
Both these teams
But it's unpausing now.
We're getting in.
Will it be the Camelot Kings? Will it
Let's
be
go.
the Jade Dragons? We'll have to jump right in to catch the action.
Time to set the pace for the remainder of this set. Game number 3 between Kings.
Do you think winner of this game wins the set?
Love the draft at the Camelot
Momentum diff.
into game number 3. Same with the Jade Dragons, though.
I mean, I could have said that about game 2. I don't know if I would commit on that. I think it's likely, but I think it's more likely that they win than lose. What about that?
Damn. I mean, I agree.
I'm committed. That's a big committal by me. Oh, PBM hanging out in the mid camp. Mid camp? No, what do you call that?
You see those wards over there on dual lane? That's
a lot of wards.
There's some Oni wards to stop the purple invade that we forgot to do in the final game of our set against Dragons. And that's the one game they went for purple. Yeah, you just want to ward every option to like the purple invade.
Looks like Janex knows.
Oh wait, what is Mike doing? He's trying to get minis, I think.
And he won't get them.
Yeah. I don't know how this works out for the ADCs, but I mean, it's probably good, right? Like, they both get to solo a buff and then purple as well.
Well, they're going to split purple on this side. This is going to be bad for Mike, right? He's going to be slow to low. Oh, no, never mind.
No, they'll be fine.
He's going to have less pressure.
Yeah, I mean, the Khepri Bog definitely has better clear as well, I think, so it's not too big of a deal.
Yeah. See how it goes.
Yeah,
No kill potential in this lane, though, I feel like. Well, maybe, actually. Janex doesn't hit 2. I think this is better for Umoja and Art that nobody hit, that the supports don't hit 2, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Such a weird trade, but Khepri, if he has his Rooter as 1, is such a threat to Art.
What do you think of this whole, like, level 2 Q stuff? I kind of hate it. It's so awkward every time. Like,
weird.
Even playing it, like, it never feels comfortable. Unless they just, like, give it up.
Odd.
It's just, the flow of the game feels so off around solo.
I can understand why it's a thing, but it's so odd.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll get to see, like, I feel like teams could mix it up, do like a support starting over on the solo side of the
map. Remember the old school start. Like, which season was that? 6? Yeah, season 6.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I think it happened in season 5 for a bit as well. Peg on beats, he's dead. He has no dash.
Twig didn't use a second dash. Still got some though.
There we go, some clean. That was just, he just kind of walked up there, and they were like, you can't do that. You can't do that, by the way.
Yeah, good punish.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you need to do against, like, Merlin, TMA, like these AFK gods. Like, you have to abuse the Merlin game.
Yeah. BMT had a level 2 as well, I think. Yeah. I don't know, maybe it was only 3.
Yeah, I think he did.
He had 2-3, and he just...
no, he didn't. He has his Hive.
Okay. Oh, he has it now? I didn't see a Hive.
Yeah, it was behind the melees. The archers, I mean.
Because if you place that slightly incorrectly and you're getting riptided the other
He got the kill as well. Twig did. Yeah. I mean, that's so good. He should be able to run the game a bit. He's gonna have Golden Blade against like Transcendence, right? So he's just gonna be way stronger for this whole early game.
And the problem is, like, Tsukuyomi is like the single worst jungler, I would say, from like behind, because if you get run at as Tsukuyomi, you just have no recourse.
You have no play.
Yeah, there's nothing to do. You just kind of like either ult and try and run away, or you die. I don't know.
I feel like for the rest of your team, he's so bad as well. Because like behind Tsukuyomi, he doesn't even have gank pressure. Like, and ahead one hardly has gank pressure.
Yeah. So. Yeah, he like punishes bad dives and overextensions. That's what he punishes. He doesn't. I don't know. But if he's the target, there's nothing he can do.
Is it Twig?
Gets totally
full Golden
Blade.
Full
Golden Blade now, right? Yeah, should be.
Yeah, time to cook. What's he gonna do?
See what he can do.
I feel like he might troll and go like dual lane. I think they need to just play through mid and go reds against Merlin. I think that's the one, like, not win con, but like that's the easiest thing for them to do. Because does he have beads? He's just gonna die to up, man. Blue Invades would be good as well, it's true.
Yeah, I think Blue Invades would be fine here.
They just have to be careful of Arthur, because I don't think they can kill him, but they can just kill the Tsuki.
Right now they can definitely kill him. Look at his builds.
Maybe.
He's going for the renewal. So
yeah.
I guess renewal helps a lot in the 2v2, right?
Yeah, renewal is just the best choice when you're into a Guardian. Because it helps you guys the jungler as well. It's just like giving you too much sustain for lane. It's just a really good buff to the item. I'm glad they did it.
Yeah, I like it being like a nice switch up item. It's viable in 2 roles. It's not like must build.
Yeah, it's not broken. It's just a good item, yeah. Fair item.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it. Big fan.
Scream is still
Brings
ahead.
to level 4. Yeah, actually behind.
I think Big Man did solo a lot of camps. You know,
Yeah.
which he is known for.
He does be liking his farm. He wants to be ahead.
Yeah, and he will be.
It's a playstyle that I feel like Paul and Shinto have kind of dropped this year. Much more than Big Man has. Big Man still really soaking up the farm.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I just don't think it's like that good unless you're on like specific gods. It sucks to put your jungler behind a lot, right? Like potentially, like when they're meant to run the game for you.
Yeah. Scorpion spawning soon. Oh, blue buff will just be successfully picked up.
Can he get away with not going Genji's here?
Weird one.
Who fine? Yeah, he can just go Onis as well if he wants.
You don't see a rotation over to invade the fucking.
I think Onis would be way better. Which one? The
solo lane.
I just still call it Alpha Harpy, honestly.
Alpha Harpy? Yeah.
Because that's what it is on the duo side, right? Or what are they called?
Yeah. Yeah, Alpha Harpy on duo side, I think.
Yeah, I just call it the same thing. I don't know what else to call it.
Naga.
Little guy?
It's a Naga.
Yeah, I'll just stick to Alpha.
Yeah, seems smart.
He might just skip Magic D as a whole row and just get like Spirit Robe, I guess, at some point, like double Fizzy Spirit Robe.
Maybe. Round the back.
Oh, this is big. If they can get his ult or beads, yeah, that's nice.
Beads will do. Yeah, that is one reason why like I don't love Artemis a lot of the time is because she gets so punished by people with range CC.
Yeah, I agree. Usually, like when you have that god, you're meant to like play through, right? And have like a jungler who can support that. But Suki is like also trying to just do his own thing. It's just like a weird mix of gods in that comp because they all want to get to late game, other than like Arthur, obviously, and Umoja. Like the carries just like they're very selfish gods, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's like the opposite for kings, you know, like the bot can actually like even here like he could ult, you know, and like force a Suki ult like hypothetically or like alter this fight. They just have like way more playmaking throughout the game.
Yeah, just more pressure, more places, and more. And they're just gonna have way more opportunity to win the game.
Yeah.
Like they've got 0 to 20 minutes, plus like if they gain a lead from that time.
Even like full late game, like the King's comp is better, I think. Like AMC is just not fair. Like when you're looking to just kill one frontliner, like there isn't a better carry than AMC. Like Stinger is just a joke. Kepri as well is so good.
They do need to drop the shred on that ability, I think.
They should just take it off. The god was already like Daughters was still 1v9ing with it before they added that. That god is just crazy.
Don't say that, man. Dardas is gonna be mad. Yeah, you suggest that nerf? No, I would. Is it 30% shred just now?
Is it?
I forget.
Is it 30? I thought it got dropped to like 20.
Maybe it dropped to 20. Yeah, I think they dropped it. It's 20%. Yeah. Maybe drop it to 15 or 10. It's crazy.
Pretty sleepy game.
Yeah, slow one.
I think Dragons have just. I think Dragons have just decided that they're gonna play for late game as well. Just try and match them. Oh, he starts Kepri pull here. That should be a kill. Very late Nemo. Surely you just rip that instantly.
Yeah,
not even risk
I don't know. I think they maybe thought the Yem was gonna get out somehow. They maybe thought she had a 3 or something. Early mid upgrade one more time. I think we've seen this quite a lot on Umoja in this event, just for.
I think in general, yeah. If you buy med, you should try and upgrade it early. It's so strong.
And Mike got caught out once or twice in game 2. Happens early on here in game 3, and actually.
Yeah, game slowly gaining another kill for Twig as well, which is. I feel like probably who you want the kills to go on.
For now, yeah. I mean, everyone else is still out farming, so like making sure Twig can just control the jungle is like kind of all you need. repeat gank here.
What we just saw is the same reason I was saying I'm surprised.
I think this is so bad for Dragons though. Like obviously they want to get to late game, but if they don't make any plays, like they're just gonna bleed out.
Well played by Genetics. Forces the beads out of Panda. There is
PBM
on the way, but
beads are up still.
Yeah, I mean, fuck words.
He's also going solely to. So yeah, Scream is literally like not playing the game until like 20 minutes.
Yeah, same build that he just went on Lance as well.
I mean, if you get away with it, it's really strong. It's just like I feel like a Nem especially, it can just like accelerate the game so much, right? He's gonna get XC soon, and then they can stop playing objectives.
I feel like Kings should really look for another kill in Umoja in the next couple minutes. Try and take her down one more time.
Yeah, I think right now they. Oh, this could be bad for Big Man.
Nice.
This could be like an opening, maybe. Nope, he's still got the red.
He gets the red. They boggle. I don't know if they needed to boggle, but
I don't mind though. He's not going to be needing it ever, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is exactly what Kings want.
Yeah, and they've done they've had so little opportunity to play through final cam as King Arthur as well. I feel like
that's why I like the Autio. It just like neutralizes that side of the map really. Like, are you gonna pressure an Autio? Like that's just not realistic.
Yeah, does get railed. The Arthur, yeah, it's just a struggle. Takes away so much of what he can do in any 2v2s or 3v3s.
Yeah. Especially because like you can just do this double FizzD on the Autio. Like you just have like nearly 200 FizzD at 10 minutes in the game. Like, what are you gonna do against that?
Very little health in the build actually. Is there a little bit of health on Contagion? 200?
There is a little bit, yeah. King's got that. I mean, they should all be out here.
Yeah, Umoja was a bit weird there by PBM. That was a very desperational. Yeah. What is that? They don't even have anyone there.
I think it might just be, like, not frustration, but, you know, you feel like you gotta make, like, a hero play or something at points in the game. Because they haven't made an attempt at anything, like, the whole game, Dragons. Like, it's... Like, the comms are probably gonna get a little frustrated eventually. Because, like, you can't just, like, bleed out the whole game and expect to win eventually into another late game comp.
I think every pro team's done it at some time or the other, right?
Yeah,
where you
definitely.
just don't pick enough pressure and you just lose a game without playing the game, but
yeah,
it is the worst feeling.
Yeah, it is the worst feeling. Because, like, I mean, everyone's annoyed, but it's just, like, there's nothing to blame other than yourselves, right? It's just how it is.
Metroid gonna hit you harder by base metrics, so you're really opening up your two carries to do a lot more.
I just really think it's the Tsukiyomi pick. Like, it's not worth it in the way I see it, right? Like, is it worth getting this guy to late game when, like, they have Nem, who's definitely just better late game anyway? He's just gonna win the 1v1.
Yeah, I think the Merlin top 2 was a bit weird as well.
Yeah.
Pigeonholed them into having like a weak mid 3v3 from the start. I don't love.
And it's just because it feels like
I just don't see. I don't see how that takeaway is worth it. But we'll see. Maybe late game. It could be.
Yeah, I mean, they're just all banking on late game at this point. But they need to do something to stop the bleeding, because Gold's up next, right? Like, they might just go for it now, because I think they know Scream's on right side.
Yeah, they have Oracles at least, but...
Yeah, Twig's gonna zone out. Tag on here as well.
Oh, they just got it, right? Yeah,
they just take it. I mean, yeah, like,
I like that.
You're just not gonna win the game if you're playing this passive. Honestly, I'm surprised they just didn't go for Disco over the Merlin. Like, both gods are pretty samey. It's just the Disco passive such a bigger impact.
Yeah, you're getting Disco Arthur. You've immediately got somewhere where you're winning, right?
Yeah.
No matter what's picked against you.
I mean, even for PK, right? Like, he's been easily like the best 1v1 player at the tournament. Like, why not just like get him the Disco passive? Like, have someone to play through, have a win condition.
Yeah, it feels like they I don't know, they struggled against the Merlin last game and they're immediately like, oh, we don't want to play against that again, and they've overcompensated. This is never a kill, by the way.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, that's a really
I mean,
bad...
I guess they're trying to get the blue invade here. I don't know. I mean, they don't really have anything else to play, so I don't mind that attempt. Just like damage check in a way.
Yeah. The man just wanted to play Merlin. Could you not tell after that transform? It's true, yeah. It's true.
they can't engage.
It's ready for it.
They can try to defend these.
It's an oopsies.
But it's such an awkward engage.
Was the Mori banned after game 1? I forget. Something got banned that was played game 1 by the Dragons, right?
Kokolin got banned.
Ah, the Cuckoo, yeah.
That's gonna happen here. So
yeah, Mari is open. I don't think anyone's gonna ban Mari from Dragons. Because Pagon's like very hit or miss on it. Like you can just tell that like he just has the potential to completely throw the game on it. Like a lot of Maris do in the league.
Did last time out. Yeah, I don't know. I've had Dardes as my top 1 Mori for most of this year, and then I think
Pool
like
is
Mori as well.
I think Pool's pretty good after that as well.
Yeah. Those are my
Pool's is like a very different style, where he like plays mainly to just kill a backliner, whereas like Dardes is like opens on front lane, which I think is like the best way to play it.
Yeah.
Vote Mori as well. You see that? That's crazy.
Vote Mori was really good. He played really well.
Yeah.
Really well. Impressive.
I mean, when it was magical ADCs in duo lane, Vote was like easily one of the best. Like whether it was on like Merlin, Mori, Thoth, like stuff like that.
He's still at it.
Yeah.
He never stopped. The meta maybe changed, but he didn't. He was like, fuck it.
Oh. An attempt?
I feel like Variety does not die.
And here's the Boggle. I mean, yeah, it's...
Here's Boggy.
Not a great Nemol, honestly.
Yeah.
You threw that into the Aegis.
I stunned by PBM.
5-man hit by the...
Yeah, this is good by Dragons. This is bad, really bad.
I'm back.
By the Kings, actually. Hello.
You say that was bad by the Kings?
Yeah, really bad by the Kings. They are way over...
I think it was like a good plan, but they chased too deep into it. Like as soon as like Twig can't close the gap, they just have to not all in that play.
They didn't kill off any of the dragons.
Interesting. Royd went assy.
Was dropped.
Assy fucking sucks, doesn't it?
I'm an assy here, dude. Everyone was laughing at me for saying assy sucks.
Well, the thing is like, it's so weird getting assy when like you can do the build that has every broken ADC item in it instead. You know?
Yeah.
And also on Bog, like, not going fail not? Surely that's just too good.
I would just go, I would just skip. I think I would skip lifesteal all the time, pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
And go Health Chalice instead.
I
know
agree.
you were going to agree with me on, which is good.
Health Chalice is more than enough. That's better than lifesteal.
Yeah, agree. Preaching to the choir here, which is good.
9-1 in coups, by the way, for the Kings. That's big.
That is a lot of coups. I think it was the other way last game, right? It was like 8-2.
Thanks, Ronald.
Going towards Fino. When Variety was on the Arthur.
Yeah, something like that.
It's like a simple script, almost like a decision tree from the Kings.
Royd went Shell, but Big Man went Aegis. Interesting. I kind of hate when carries don't like... If they both don't go Shell, I don't see the point. But I guess he just thinks he's way safer into the Tsuki. He doesn't need Aegis.
Yeah, he can just hop in the wall, right? Whereas the Aegis is good for it. Yeah, I mean, this makes sense. Yeah, I buy it. I can walk through that logic. Double Shell on the other side.
Yeah.
Pagon and Panda. P&P.
I think team fights fine. And when you look at experience, like, you know, we've been talking a lot about gold. And
it is cool that we see more varied relics, I think, on carries. Now we've finally gone to the point where it's not just beads.
I think a lot of that has to do with like Phantom being on Shell as well, right? Because a lot of the times the carries need help with walls so much that now they can do it themselves. Like, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good by Big Men, not to beat.
I like the idea of, like, for example, in that last game when there was a Nike jungle, I like the idea of a carry going Sunder as well. Like, I
think that's too far. Like Ven went Sunder against us, and like.
Oh yeah.
Just playing like a mage without an Aegis, like so many things in the game that just one shot you. It's just like it's very risky. You have to be like snowballing the game for it to be safe enough, I think.
I think it's really nice for like 2v1ing rather the enemy solo laner when you try and get
I agree with that for sure.
It does, if the enemy solo laner doesn't do that.
I think like meditation actually does make sense on carries in some situations. Pagon dies, that's really big. Yeah, I just think this is just such a big draft diff, personally. That's just what I think.
Yeah. What is that, beads?
There's no weakness to the Kings draft. Like, they have AoE, they have objective, they have pressure, they have burst, engage, like disengage, everything. Global. It's really good by Harry.
I'd say the only thing they do like a little bit of is like AoE damage.
No, AMC covers that.
AMC does it a bit, but I don't know.
It's actually ridiculous how much damage he'll do in like game fights.
If you walk through a corridor, yeah, I guess you throw two.
Corridor of Death with 2 and 3, like it's like 1k damage every time.
I like that everybody's slamming Bracer of Brilliance now. Well, not everybody. PBM doesn't have it this game, but most people are slamming Bracer of Brilliance now. I feel like that.
Yeah, I think Bracer, especially when you have like gods like Mori or like dive gods, like dive carries, is really powerful. And it's just strong when you have like presence around the objective. Like when you are the team like standing at the FG, like ready to pull, like Bracer is just really broken.
Yeah.
Like the AMC as well is going to be untouchable with this Bracer proc at this
permanent frenzy, kind of, right? It's fucking crazy. Plus MS. What more can you ask for? I don't know.
Oh, sleepy game again. Like it's just because the Kings as a team, I feel like you need to force them into fighting, right? And like making mistakes. Like it feels weird to just let them do what they've wanted to do the whole year.
Yeah, they're not.
Especially a team like the Dragons, like. They're the team that's so good at like running the early game, better than most.
I think they have fallen off on that a little. Like they've not been. Oh,
yeah, I mean,
they've not been doing it.
That's gonna die quick.
They're all here though.
I think they're just gonna toss this. Really good Ymoja roll, by the way. Zones at least one carry off that.
Dragons
did get it.
They rivaled it. And they're out. Oh, chased
big.
That perfectly timed ult. They'll get one at least, right? PCAT. That's it. This is worth for the Dragons.
That's definitely Ymoja ult diff.
61 damage. Well, got it, chat?
I think Ymoja got it.
Won. The bubble stole it. Damn.
Yeah, I think both ADCs got zoned off of hitting it because of Ymoja ult though.
Yeah, they definitely stopped DPS while the ult was up as well. I feel like they should have just rolled.
Yeah, they also didn't have the bracer in the FG pit, so I think it probably wore off them whilst they were doing it. So that's also like bad use of it.
Yeah. I feel like they
Twig also wasn't hitting it from the start, so.
Yeah, the noopsies. I like the call.
Yeah, that's definitely the correct call. Like 9 out of 10 they got that. Like 60 damage Ymoja roll, like you can't feel bad about that call. I mean, it happens.
Noopsies.
I still don't think the Dragons are in a spot to like do anything with the FG.
No, this is one where you get baited by your FG into pushing and you just all die. Hopefully, well, I mean, I'm sure they know better, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think Dragons are still like happy to stall this game a little bit longer. They don't even
so I want to see here.
It.
I'm pretty sure the AMC could still hit it round the side. Yeah, the AMC could still hit it. Nat came.
Yeah, but
could they not hit?
They couldn't hit it because they both backed off like outside of the lava ring. It looked like.
Yeah, that was sick by PBM. Well played. Surely Twig goes Exiglyph rather than Magi's Revenge.
You can't build Magi's Revenge, right? Oh no, he can. There's no Mori.
Well, he can if there's no Mori, so he could.
Magi's Revenge is broken. Like, it's so good. If it wasn't limited to one per team, like, you would definitely see solo laners going it as well on some gods.
Yeah. Oh, we've seen quite a lot of last item Mantle recently. I feel like Mantle's coming back into fashion a bit. It was a dead meme for a bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's just good. I like it on Assassin solos a lot. Like when you go Spare Robe into Mantle, because it just rounds out your prots so well. You pretty much like go like 250 of each defense, and you get like 2 really good passives. I mean, yeah, it makes sense for Harry as well, because he didn't go beads. So he kind of needs that into the Optimus ult. Like, he will always get stunned, so... He's just built all the items that like keep him alive the longest.
Yeah, he will be mitigating.
Yeah, sure. I actually don't think he can die. That's pretty big.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think he can survive like a blink stun, unless like Tsuki's also hitting him. Then that might be rough. That's a really good route.
22 minutes, yeah, really good. It's 2. No damage though. Ymoja OP. So again, with a minute on the power play. How are they gonna play this?
They're just gonna try and keep the Dragons on that side of the map here.
I think that you have to figure
Maybe they try and burst this gold in time. They're on a ward right now, though. I don't think they know.
I kind of forgot for a second that it was the Dragons who had FG.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. They just get a free gold like that. Oni as well. So like, Dragons literally get nothing with the fire.
Yep.
Other than stall the game.
Yeah, they get to live for another little while. 30 seconds left on the FG, so they won't even get a tower out of it. They lose gold. But they live for another fight. Oh, is this a throw? No. That could have been a throw. I don't really like that. For sure. Maybe they knew that two were in mid. I don't know. I don't love that.
I think Kings won't do anything drastic until FG's up. They'll just try again.
Yeah. They probably won't dice roll it this time.
I think they will.
It's one of those things that I think it's mentally hard to do. Is like when your dice roll goes wrong, you're like, okay, we rolled it, we didn't get it.
The thing is, they don't have another choice. Like both teams don't have secure; they just have DPS, and they don't really have enough gods to actually zone. Like RTO can't zone people fully from like walking into the pit.
I think they look to bait a fight rather than all-inning the FG though. Rather than try and dice roll it, like
ideally, yeah.
Maybe look for like you pull it, you reset with a Khepri pull on the emoji.
They do have double phantom now, so they might just like sit in the emoji ult and just burst it.
Yeah, doable. For sure.
It's just not going to be a comfortable pull. I think if let's say like Kings had like the emoji, then sure they could look for like poke and heal. Like they don't really have that option.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I think that it has to rely on Scream. Because we've seen
I think Twig should also just look for 1v1s with Scream as well, because he does just win it.
Yeah, it's not close, is it?
No, not even.
I have the jungle, Seer of the jungle, rather.
Yeah, Seer is really good.
Yeah.
If he's hitting the FG, he melts it.
They need to get some aggro wards if they can.
I don't like that bracer positioning. Like it's just unless they're like looking for a pick like on that corridor. I think the bracer's way better closer to fire pit for the carries.
Yeah, I mean, use it as your FG sentry, right? It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Although I guess it can get cleared, but it shouldn't ever in this situation.
Yeah, like in this situation, like that bracer is way more likely to get cleared than one on FG.
Kind of hate that Twig's clearing a wave while they're pulling the FG.
Royd's build is so weird. Like, why did he choose fail now at this point, you know? Oh, that's a good engage. I think they're all out, though. If Harry doesn't die, then...
Oh, huge stun!
Yeah, he should be okay here. Yeah, they only use Nemol for that, so... If they can somehow survive this...
Bead shell sprint mad beads. Used by the Dragons. Stolen? Yep.
Hey, rolls.
Oopsies.
That's not good.
Steal for a steal, right? It's only fair that Twig gets his steal.
Yeah, he TP'd in, so they should just pull the fire. It's like, just assume that people reset.
Look at the zone. Look at the damage on the Pagon. You can tell it's desperation. Yeah, this should be a winning fight, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Even that's good enough. They just
for
have to be
now.
careful because eventually they will be too poked out. But it should be
They're
for
gonna
now.
all in it this time. They almost fucked that.
With
But
Twig
they
hitting it,
just
like
stalled.
it just dies.
They let it go.
Harry needs
Variety
to not
might be
die for
dead.
this though. Capriol? Yeah.
Oh, Capriol. Yeah, well
They
played.
have not
And
forced
he's
that
got
once this
Capriol.
game, so...
Yeah, is that first Capriol of the game?
Yes, I think it is.
27 minutes in.
Yeah, just a feel bad game for the Dragons. Like they haven't been able to do anything other than like steal the FG, which was like a miracle play. Just haven't got anything going.
Yeah.
This is just clean smite from
Oopsies.
right? I mean, it's nothing short of that. The fire giant buff actually maybe
These things happen.
I mean, they are hitting late games, so I mean, time to see if they can do anything. Like Suki, 5 items, like it doesn't really matter what his last one is. He is really strong.
They've
But
drafted
again,
for this.
just, like he's just not stronger than the Nem, so it's weird.
Yeah, and he's a whole AM down. Full AM.
Yep.
Toxic bladed it. I mean, I guess the NEM build's a little cheaper, but probably is. It probably is like.
Yeah, it's definitely cheaper.
10k. Yeah, 2k gold between them probably. They're more even actually.
Yeah, and he's going Heartseeker here, so I mean, I don't even think Scream will finish that by the time the game ends. Like he just bought the tier 1.
Yeah. You want PBM to get his compassion, which he just got actually, as I say that. So that's something that's online for this fight at least. Sprint not upgraded. Weird to see a non-fully upgraded support relic.
Yeah.
This time of the game.
But with a Trebuchet, you start to have conversations about the Phoenix.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen Scream ult this game either. Has he?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't. That's what I'm saying. It's just been like a completely like honestly just AFK game. Like nothing has happened for the Dragons.
Oh.
This is really good if they can keep these two. Oh wait, Royd's going mid as well. I think they'll just try and let the Treb get shots in on left and then get these other towers.
Oh. Twig lost his Magi's. Whoopsies.
Hey, Eddie.
What
is Variety doing? Sometimes I swear solo laters.
You just run around.
What they're doing. He's a bear. He's like, I'm a bear. I'm a lady. I'm a bear. I'm a lady. I don't know.
Okay, so I think they're gonna send Twig right and then maybe use Bog ult to like outnumber them over there.
Yeah, I like that.
Left. Yeah, I think without the other in left as well, it's not ideal. Yeah, Bog's just gonna go right. They just get the Phoenix hit. Don't play for the kill.
Oh. Yeah, and that can just go in the wall if he gets ulted as well. Oh, Twig will die though.
Unless.
Never mind.
Big shield.
Oh,
the Capriol was nearly there. He just dashed on the wall. Yeah. But this is already good enough, by the way. Like, one Phoenix on your like first FG is so big. If they can live here, they still have Capriol, so they don't.
Yeah, they have the ult. It's not even close to
they never die.
Danger.
Like, even if 2 or 3 people die and you get that first bird, like that's the game opened up completely.
They just shouldn't be allowed. Look, he's so healthy. They've all been on him for so long.
Yeah, they also I mean, they have Contagion and Brawlers, I guess, but no Divine on a Merlin is not ideal, in my opinion.
And a mid laner status.
Yep.
Yeah, I would definitely be slamming a Divine here. I do like I really like the current mid lane meta build though.
I think Meriden has saved mid
Warlock,
laners.
Meriden, Reaver. Yeah, I think it's a super. I think it's a cozy build and also like a fun build path. People are on right now.
Enough damage in the game now to blow up some priority targets in a bad positioning situation.
And you're entering a portion of the game.
But yeah, Dragon's got a kill. That's something.
Nice. The Scream, he's finally full build. He got a kill. He actually might be close to Hotseeker as well for that. Probably would have been a lot of gold.
Yeah. Probably not far away. I mean, it's no shutdown bonus or anything, right?
Yeah, true.
It's actually nothing. It's just normal.
He did take a while to back, so I wonder if he has full gold for her.
We shall see.
He's waiting.
I'm looking. I'm watching.
He's walking around the base. He sold it.
He's standing there. Oh. He's like, fuck it, I'm building a Magi's maybe?
Crusher, I like that. Crusher is really OP on that god. People don't build Crusher enough, I feel like, on a lot of assassins.
Yeah, I guess. I'm trying to think what the gold difference here is. So Crusher's like 2400, right? 250 gold lost?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I guess he just couldn't quite afford the Heartseeker. I like the...
Yeah, I like it. FG spawning, like, you just want to have your power spike now. It will do a lot of sneaky damage.
And luckily, when if they are able to, an EFG is going to be very easy. Honestly, it's weird pathing. Going down right would help you.
Yeah, he did already have 40% pen. That's true, also.
True.
But I actually like the idea of the Dragon.
Oh, missed root. Missed pull, rather.
Yeah, what's up, Tane?
From Gene Tix.
Could just open you up for a win.
This would be a mental crusher for the Kings if they lose it.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like this isn't such a mental crusher for the Dragons, but...
Yeah.
Oh, Variety's zoning so well again. They've got it done.
They got it. Use one Phantom to get out here. Just dip.
They should fight, I think.
Really? I think if they don't fight here, they just auto win the game.
Yeah, I think they win if they don't fight, but I think they win the
I think they could
anyway,
slowly chase it. Like, just don't overcommit, because they're going to win anyway. It's EFG now as well. It's even easier for them.
Yeah, that's very
really
call
good
of you, by the way.
Thanks, man.
You know, you win that fight anyway, but like, die to the. Oh, there we go.
Capriol.
Oh, Scream is in the middle of nowhere.
Look at the AMC. He's just spreading damage.
Okay, nobody dies.
Yeah, I think they're pretty lucky they have Kepri, because there's definitely been a few oversteps. That was a very risky back by Fine.
Ooh. Mid Phoenix dead, right?
Yeah, mid should insta-die here. It's 1v3 against
Is Fino dead? Oh. He's out of Royd. Fino will somehow live, man. gets away with it.
I mean, I don't think Kings are going to be like kill hungry here. Like they just know they'll win the game off of the Phoenixes.
Now they just wait. I mean, they're just gonna get this.
Yeah.
Just don't block up. They're like, are they not gonna? If they don't do anything, maybe we win. I don't know.
Yeah, like they're just gonna. They have so much gold in hand right now as well. They might have 3K pots. They also got the right Phoenix. So.
Yeah. What is happening?
They are in an unlosable spot, honestly.
Yeah.
Now they just like get their
their
buffs, you know, finish up builds, get some pots. And I like the AMC can just poke Titan as well, so hard.
Yeah.
He might actually have
that
3K
feels-
pots soon.
I'm looking to see what gets bought. It's all 500 pots that I saw.
500s, yeah. Big Man hasn't backed yet though. I think he's going for 3K pots since he's just farming like random camps on the map.
Maybe. I saw somebody back a 500 pot earlier, but maybe it was the Kepri. I thought
It
it
was
the AMC,
Royd, Harry, and Kepri. 3K defense for Twig. I like the defense choice because he's gonna do too much damage anyway.
Yeah, definitely solid.
So yeah, Big Man didn't have enough gold, so I guess he just stayed out. Royd sold his SE. His build's
Yeah, for
OP now.
Oboe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he just went Oboe because like for ending the game, Oboe is unfair.
Yeah, really, really strong.
You just
really,
hit
really
anything
strong.
as many times as you can. I wonder how they play this though. They're probably gonna be patient, get all the waves pushing in.
The usual, yeah.
Yep.
This is a scary proposition though for me.
Yeah,
I
it's never comfortable to like it's not as easy as it sounds. Like 3 Phoenixes down, run of 5 people in their base. I mean, it's not ideal. That's a really good stop by Twig though.
Wait. Oh, root. Scream, bead, scream.
He ulted in, he ulted in, he ulted
Dead,
in.
he's dead. Res on
Really
the
good
net.
ult by Sam actually, because
Yeah.
that guy was going in the sky.
That's game.
Yeah. I think this game is more on the Dragons than the Kings, honestly. Like just
Yeah, Kings played
like-
really solid.
like Kings played solid, but I think a lot of this comes from like they're just getting away with whatever they want, right?
Yeah.
Not over yet though.
Yeah, not quite. Look at PBM just getting poked down.
I like that they're playing this aggressively. You've got minions on the way.
I think they go now.
Holy
Yeah.
goes variety. Pig on beads. Oh, actually, I really love the spacing there by Twig. They're playing this so sensible, so cautious.
I think they're just worried about like
I started to worry that
they
can't
did
do
use
it.
look they've used every relic like other than TP
Yeah.
like they're not the most comfortable like all in. I mean I think they're also thinking like we'll just let the waves do work and like play next FG. If maybe
Yeah.
Dragons are thinking we can give it up and maybe hold. Like Merlin is so strong on like the hold.
Yeah, only fire minions coming. You kind of have to. You have to like either have somebody clearing out the waves, i.e. Fine OK has to be there and TPing in lane, or you give up the FG, and I think it's going to be the latter. I would kind of like the Kings here to like... I don't know, this feels so... It feels like it's such a risky play. Ooh, speaking of risky plays... Oh, look at this good shot.
Well, yeah, this is the only play Dragons can make, really. Like, good start.
Magi's.
Oh, I forgot the second one there.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem as well is, like, looking for one pick against a Kepri is, like, you're just going to force a Kepri ult. Like, the guy's not going to die.
Yeah. I was thinking
wait, what are they
maybe
doing?
Kings
They're going to
could've pushed it left.
lose Mid Phoenix for free. That's so bad for them.
Yep, that's an oopsies.
Because Fine was in left for some reason.
Yeah, they'll get duo up. Only fire wave getting cleared out now. By final, they're giving up FG.
Yeah, I don't think they can defend FG. I think their only hope is praying that Kings like pull the trigger too early on the base.
Yeah.
Because the thing about Kings as well is like in the last set they played, like they've had games where they're so far ahead and like they could be more aggressive in the end, but they're really cautious. So I think Dragons are like maybe thinking they can like take advantage of that at the base, like stall the game super long. But what are they stalling for, you know? Like eventually they have to
if
make a
they
move.
can just win a fight off a mistake.
They have
that's
to
what
make a
wanna do.
move.
AMC 37k.
I think also, like, and if you look at the Dragons, they actually don't have an engage. Like, he had to go beads on off the right. They have no one to start a fight. It's so rough for them.
Yeah, they have to start with, like, Ymojo on with 2 Phantom Shells on the other side.
Just
like,
it's such a wonky comp.
We're going to let him get EFG, but we're going to let our Phoenixes respawn. But now you're fighting against an EFG'd up.
As good as Ymojo is, I think Mike on, like, a more proactive card would have been good for them this draft. Like a Ymir or something, but they banned it instead.
Yeah. Should be a Phoenix, third one. How do you end this? You need solid calling here from the Kings. You need a definitive solid call.
You just need the waves. I think they should wait for it to be fire waves crashing into the base. Just try and poke with AMC for now. That's all they can do.
Yeah, no rush. They got a whole 2 minutes 30 left on this fire.
Yep.
BMT's farming so much damage. Oh,
that's a great engage.
P gone low. Variety will be fine. No danger. But that's the Ymojo. That's basically it, right?
I mean, they still have Tsuki and Arm Assault, so... What did they get? They just got both the Phantoms and a Blink.
To see Scream, I need to see Panda. A good Tusky, especially in these groupings, could be massive.
Captain Twig, he's on the right side of this fight.
Twig's so far spread
I do
out.
think it's on Dragons to make a play here, though, because Kings will just end eventually. That's the Tusky.
There we go. They're going.
Yeah,
Scream goes, does no damage.
They can't. I don't think.
Final kid.
Oh, he missed his big ult. No.
That is tough.
That could have actually been really good if he got his ult off. Yeah.
Exactly. Not sure who juked out the way of it.
If anything, I'm surprised he didn't just try to live there, but fair enough. Had to make a play. I think now, like, it's just done.
Yeah, it has to be, right?
Yeah, I mean, Merlin's missed the spell as well.
Yeah, they got it. GG.
Yeah.
He'll scream one more time. 40 minutes, that one too.
Not the most thrilling game, but I mean, clean enough by Kings. I think that's the type of game that's it's just gonna drain the Dragons, honestly. Like 40 minutes of losing, because they were not winning at any stage of that game.
Yeah,
that's not gonna feel good.
I feel like they might go the other way this game, right? The next game they draft and just go for like a full pressure.
Yes. I think they'll try and get Panda on like a 1v1 pick, like Hoi or something if possible. Get a more proactive pick for Mike, and Scream as well, honestly. Tsuki just is not it, especially against Twig. Like Twig's the one jungler that you just know is going to be playing like to facilitate and like get others ahead. Mm-hmm. Like you can't just like AFK into Twig. Like you have to kind of like match that.
Yeah, I think Dragon should go same pick here and go for the disco if it's open. Top 2, like Arthur Disco. But I don't think they... I think that the Kings might mix up their bans.
I think the Arthur is not going to do much unless they like change their draft style completely. Because he needs people to go in with him or for him as well. Like he can't be the only dive god, like the only engage or anything like that.
Yeah, I think they drop the Ymojo as well. I think that's the other switch up they make. See. Anyway, I'll see you for picks of ends in the next game, okay?
Goodbye.
Bye. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Alright, I'm gonna run an ad and be back for the next game. Thanks for watching.
Sounds good.
Oh, I forgot to mute.
welcome back to the $200,000 Smite Summer Masters Grand Finals. Game number 3 goes to the Camelot Kings. A very low kill count game this time around, but a very methodical playstyle out of the Camelot Kings, denying the Jade Dragons as much farm as they could across the map, denying them out of continued objectives. And again, Gore, even though the kills were low this game, I mean, we didn't see till like 3 kills at the very end of the game, which essentially doubled the kill count up there. This is the kind of playstyle that we've come to kind of expect out of the Camelot Kings. Not really getting a whole lot of kills, but forcing fights only when they feel that they have the advantage to do so. You also brought up a lot of things, and I think you and Dave were right to talk on the fact that Scream never really could get active in this game at all. I mean, Piercing Moonlights in the first half of the game, essentially non-existent.
And a lot of that originates. We're going to watch a lot of in-game highlights. It's not even here that you see this start. It's in picks and bans. It's when that Yemoja got locked in instead of the Khepri for Mike. Because I see a Nemesis, I see an Amu's and Cobb. I'm immediately thinking that's single target. If someone gets caught out, they're just dead. That's what this comp is built to do, and we will see that time and time and time again in that game. But what you really get out of this, unfortunately, is a really strong draft for the Kings that is overwhelming over the Dragons. And I see, because Avron linked it in our Discord, but the Smite Pro tweet, where it is the Kings playing the way the Kings did, which is a very slow chokeout style. That's not like, there was never a point where it felt like they maybe could have accelerated that. I think they took it at the pace that was necessary for them to get the win without playing too overzealously and losing something. And so that was the kind of style that is necessary to get them there. But because it's so oppressive, it's really just 40 minutes of the Dragons not really being able to fight into them. I mean, and there was an experience lead. There was a gold lead. They had everything they needed, team fight lead. And it just feels like no matter what the Dragons wanted to do throughout that, there was never a true opening to find their way in. And even when they finally found it, they got the 1 kill. It felt like a breath of fresh air. And it's, well, because genetics wasn't over there. And, well, they lost a Phoenix for it, and then they lost another Phoenix for it anyway. So it's like, did it really make that big of a difference just to find that one? I think that that one from the get-go feels like a go back to the drawing board for the Dragons.
And I think playstyle denial has been one of the things that's come up time and time again when we're talking to SPL versus SPL, SCC versus SPL. You know, how are you going to beat the enemy team? You know, you beat them at their own game all the time. They say, no. We're just going to play our game of Smite. We're going to make sure that they have to play into the pacing and the style that we want to. And that's exactly what the Camelot Kings did in this game. Is the Dragons want to jump in early. They've got a Tsukiyomi. They've got all this early game presence, all this early game action that they want to have. But the Camelot Kings just consistently denied it. This Khepri pick for genetics worked out perfectly for them. We'll see if it makes it through in game number 4. Picks and bans ready to go. And I think you're right to go back to the fact that it wasn't a draft. You and I both were kind of questioning the fact that Yemoja got picked up when there was so much single target pick style, Nemesis and Moose and Cobb. You want to be able to bring that one person back to life who's going to die when the 2 of them focus in on them.
And it's something that I think the Dragons, again, are going to need to figure out. You want... If you're going to go for a Tsukiyomi, if you're going to go for something that dives, then you need to make sure that there's no Khepri on the other side. I think if there is a Khepri on the other side, then you need to make sure the things around them aren't built to just single target kill for the Tsukiyomi. So I'm looking for adjustments like that. Also, I don't know if we've mentioned it this entire time, but the Dragons are all, I think, 5-minute delay, no comms, but still like they're streaming their perspectives like yesterday. So if you want to watch nothing, you
can go back to
the VODs and watch their last game, but I expect an explosive punch for this one.
It's definitely
maybe typing up a storm. Yeah, well, I mean, didn't they ban Chiron up again? Everybody's banned Chiron versus Kings, right? I think so. We are. Well, everybody's scared of it. I think everybody's a little scared of the Chiron, and I think because of good reason. I think Netroid plays it way better than anybody else right now. It's difficult to play against too.
And as the bans close out,
I do think it's good.
AMC and Lancelot banned away by the Jade Dragons. Camelot Kings, they take Nemesis, ESET, and Cupid off the board.
And I like the opening here. Again, you know, with Nemesis taken away, I think that limits them a little bit. I will admit, in a million years, never would have called this. I was about to.
LA first pick is a weird one. It's not
every other god we've seen today. then a Pele for a first.
Yeah, I have no fucking idea
Cupid
what's going
off
on.
the board, you start looking at hunters, you start talking about like mid laners, and you start looking at some of the bans for these teams over yesterday. But with Pele locked in, again, something that has been historically good for the Dragons, but not impossible.
Khepri would make sense into Pele, right? Would be a good one.
Were able to beat one game with it. One game they lost to it at the very beginning. I think that it is something that is a very strong pick for Scream. And what we saw earlier today could actually work really well for the Dragons.
You go like Khepri plus. What else is open? There must be something OP. Khepri Disco maybe? Could be okay. I don't know if people like Disco into Pele. I think Kings don't value the Disco that much either. It's not that much of a BMT god.
And it does create a kind of
Maybe I'm wrong.
of just sorrow, I guess.
Yeah, I just don't get. I'm with you where I don't get like picking first pick and then first picking a Pele. Like what? You could have got that 2-3. You know?
Oh my god, I was muted again on my own stream. What the fuck?
That's unfortunate. These things happen. RTO or Variety. He's
hey guys,
smiling.
I was
He's
muted.
having a good time. I didn't. You know what? Variety didn't strike me as a made bed kind of guy, but he is. Is Lily around at the moment?
I'm not sure. I feel like you know, it's finals. You know, special occasion. You gotta.
Yeah, you gotta get that bed made.
Yeah. I like Mike's room that he plays from.
Yeah, I like Fino's room that he plays from a lot as well. I think they both have really cool setups. Old cat tree in the back. Oh, it's good. Genetics room very plain.
I'd say Disco Kakulin here for the Dragons.
Yeah, I would maybe go Disco out there.
He might go the Achilles actually. I think Arthur just like loses value into the Artio Khepri by a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense. I kind of lost focus on what the Kings picked.
I think he's been playing better on Kakulin anyway, honestly. I think teams are just really bad into Kakulin for some reason.
Yeah.
I guess he just has such an easy engage that like it really doesn't have an answer to other than like hope you re-engage well as a team.
Yeah, either like hope he somehow fucks up his Blinkle, or I don't know. Whatever, it's
Cabrakan.
Plus Bog?
Really weird draft, honestly. I feel like this is so not Dragons, you know?
I don't understand why Discordia is not being picked. They loved it earlier on in the tournament. They played so well with it.
Yeah. I think Ymir as well would have been so good. Maybe they're trying to bait them into thinking it's a Cab support here. He just takes a solo, like Fine's been a good Cab solo player.
Cab solo is just so much worse than Cab support, personally, but
maybe not. Yeah, I do agree. I just think there's so many good solo lane picks right now that are just better than him.
Yeah, did Pagon lose on Disco versus Mambo? I can't remember. I feel like he might.
Yes, he did. But I'm pretty sure he doesn't like playing it, like Disco or Reset. So,
yeah, that's what I imagine the situation is. Like, he doesn't want to play it. He doesn't like playing it. They want to make him comfortable.
If he's like forced into pick it, he will, but like he won't choose to.
Yeah. Erlang for Twig. Third pick
Disco
Erlang.
Man. I mean, yeah. I just feel like the Bog as well, I think they picked it more to keep it away from Kings rather than like wanting it for themselves.
Yeah, Pika isn't like a Bog guy, is he? Maybe it's could it be a Bog mid and there's like a Freya coming or something?
Maybe.
I don't know.
But has Pagon played any Bog? Or, like Hunter mids in general other than like Ula, Mickey God?
Yeah,
not sure.
All around Neath bottom 2 here, by the way.
Yeah, I can
kind of
see
tasty for the Kings.
Yeah, I hope they sniff out the all around. I feel like that's an obvious one.
Yeah.
I think that's just a good ban against a team that can play all around. Like it's a good ban. I think the Neath's one is a good one as well.
Yeah, it does a bit of the job.
The Cab is pretty good into all around too, I guess.
Yeah, I could go Freya, but again, I don't know.
BMT on anything physical. Want him to go towards something magical.
Neath's so OP. If only some other mid laners played it.
And I think they're trying to limit it so they don't have this.
What's your thoughts on like Bluestone versus Mannequin on the Neath? Which one's better?
Neath mid? I don't know. I'm kind of like a.
I'm looking at this as something that kind of works a little.
I kind of like the Bluestone boy. To be
Yeah,
honest, I know that Big Man plays the mannequins, but I kind of prefer the Bluestone. I feel like it gives you much more for longer in the game.
Yeah, and the ult still does so much damage with the blue
still
stun.
slams.
Force the Kings to go for a mage. Unfortunately for you,
I respect it.
that's been getting picked up all
Merlin is the pickup for Mr. Tings. Dragons.
Mori's still open. No way you think Yu Huang's the god.
Not the Wang.
That
Who
god
was it who had
sucks.
sick two-man huge Wang ult that almost...
It was Pegon against us, but we still won.
Yeah.
Because Vote thought he could
crazy
Heim
ult.
to the Huang.
Yeah, he did not
why.
beads it. He died. I didn't know you couldn't actually.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think it's because it's like a stun at the same time as the
It's
displacement.
like a grip type thing.
Yeah. Cthulhu.
Oh,
double Cthulhu. I mean,
okay.
at least they have a game plan, you know, like a win con.
Yeah, it's been a while.
That's a the schlonger there.
That's
Round here, maybe?
I do think that's a good end to the draft.
Yeah. I'd love to see a Ram here. They go
Heim.
Heim.
Heim is so good as well.
Heim is OP. That's true.
Heim is OP, yeah.
You find yourself in a more comfortable position.
If you're good at Heim, you're such a problem every game.
And when FinoK starts rotating in, it'll be pretty solid. Mike's
all right.
aggressive on the
Good drafts. Like, should be a fun potential game.
This is the first time Dragons weren't first pick. I mean, Dragons were first pick. It was King's first pick the other 3 games. Apparently. Looking through my predictions, I hope so. Anyway.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, if their first pick was a Pele, then that's probably why they wouldn't want to be there. That's not the most contested pick in this set, I'd say.
No.
I do find it weird that like
well.
if their plan was to play into play this like dive comp like to give up the cap rate, I guess they're just trying to overwhelm the Kings with it maybe. But Capri's so good into a Cthulhu who won't build beads. Like if you can catch him on a corner, and, like poke him out, like force his ult, not even kill him. It's so much fun.
He has to go TP, right? There's no way he can get away without it. So yeah, they have to skip.
I mean, he's against
RTO.
RTO. Like honestly, you could skip it, but TP is a really good late game. I think people forget how many times like a solo lane has like TP'd back to an FG and like carried a fight in the last few weeks. Like it's definitely very relevant.
I also feel like if he doesn't go TP, they're gonna lose second blue, almost certainly.
Yeah, definitely. I think they might just by default though. Mannequin, Erlang, and RTO is just like such an unfair 2v2.
I would definitely look for the blue invade here. That's where I would be saying this is where we're strong. This is where we want to play. RTO, Erlang. You've got Pele. I feel like Pele's not that strong pre-5. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But
I think she's strong against other assassins, but warriors, no.
Yeah.
Chassis. Get to the back line and find some of that disruption after they've already used.
No Magi has revenge this game.
So I think
can neither team build it now then? Because there's a Mori.
Yeah, I think no one can. It's like a weird ruling, right? Like you pick Mori and like an item is just bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we've had that before though, right? We've had that with other stuff.
Maybe.
Or like you can pick 2 characters together previously.
Yeah, it was. I think it was like Kepri and Baron together at some point was banned or something like that. There was definitely some moments.
Apparently Dragons were first pick game too. Whatever.
Or the Jade Dragons going to go the distance as Gore walks over to the cast. We'll throw it over to him and Dave for game number 4.
That's right, it's game 4 and championship point for the Camelot Kings is our master of all.
Here we go.
Gormizer joins me now on the cast.
It's like I was here the whole time.
You were here the whole Gore, you're with us all the time. Whenever I'm making an important life decision, it's Gormizer's face that pops into my head. That's what the
Oh really?
Yeah.
You sure?
When I bought Ramsey, 2 years old today, by the way.
Let's see, finds building Pythags, that's nice.
I was like, would Gormizer want me to do
this is the lowest level of competition of any competitive Smite finals ever. I think it's probably the highest level of competition. Teams are so much better than they used to be.
Yeah, that's a weird statement.
It's really silly.
Maybe like we've had like better sets this year than this, but like the players are playing at a way higher level than like last season or the season before, etc.
Yeah. 2 SEC level teams going at it. Okay. Forget I said anything. Fuck. I've been got. I thought it was Jewel Main 69. He's a classic troll.
Oh, shit.
Anyway. Ooh, speak to Red Star.
Well. We saw that a little bit in the third, fourth place match. Again, I think there's a lot of options for the Dragons here. Man, but a lot of it is going to depend on early aggression. I think Mike has a lot to showcase for that. I mean, that's a fast blink, if I'm honest with you. I think it's just, again, good plays so far.
Here we go.
Especially that last game was just.
What relics are we going for? Oh, that was they blink Kabrakan 3 the wave. I'm a bit of a hater. I'm a bit of a hater of the blink Kabrakan 3 the wave strat.
I agree.
Like,
I think a lot of the time it's so unnecessary.
Yeah, you're gonna get pressure anyway. You're never killing anybody off it. So what's the point?
Yeah.
Oh, Twig.
No, he's off.
Oh, okay. I'm minking a bear coming at you. Nice sliced off.
Dragons got the coup. It's huge.
Big trades.
Why is it that SEC seems to be so much closer to SPL this time around? I wouldn't say they're that close, other than Mambo.
Yeah, what do you mean by that? They literally won 2 games total out of... How many?
Yeah,
2 games
and they
out
did
of,
play like the worst team in the league as well. No offense.
But oh no, they won 3 games. 3 games, I guess, because they beat Dragons.
Yeah, they took game with Dragons.
But like only one team won any games out of like 2 sets each for every team. 3 sets for one.
I mean, what is it you kept saying?
I think it hasn't really moved. Like the gap.
Mind the gap.
Yeah,
some might say.
it's still there. Dude, did you see the Chelsea-Tottenham game?
2 each. I heard it was all Chelsea. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, I was playing my shitty third place match, so I couldn't even watch it. Apparently, the ref robbed us.
Oh, you got robbed by the ref? Okay.
Yeah. Criminal stuff.
Oh, Verity is getting kind of owned here. Oh, Twig, I don't think you want to fight this.
No way they're getting that blue invaded.
They are, I think, because Variety.
Oh, goodbye Twig. He's just gonna get the enemy blue and the speed
hit. He does this all the time.
Yeah.
He loves it. Oh!
Oh, if he got that.
Okay, Pele is going to speed also.
Yeah, good heads up by Scream as well.
trade.
Just guarantee got a speed. I think Mike should try and delay this red as well. He knows that Twig's on his own, their own speed.
Yeah, he can.
Because Scream could go in between her. Yeah, like he's doing it now. Like I think it's really bad by Mike letting him.
Does Gene
like,
Tix have Hog? He does. Gene Tix has Hog. Oh.
Nah, I mean, like he even hogged earlier there. Like I have no idea what Mike actually did there. He like blinked on the. What? I'm so confused.
I don't know.
He blinked on the Merlin as well, who just flickered away.
Yeah, that was a little bit troll.
I mean, are we expecting
a little bit troll. Oh,
it's
the Oracles at least. Something. And he stops to back. He was typing for a second there. PBM around the back here.
No blink, so we're just gonna try and clear the wave.
I love watching Heim as well. I feel like good Heim players are a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, it's the most fun ADC to watch.
Yeah. It's the one where like I can see most ADCs, I'm like, yeah, this guy's better than me, but whatever, I could do that. With Heim, I'm like, this guy's better than me, and I could not fucking do that.
Yeah, he definitely, like, it's just so many Heims use that 3 randomly, but like the SPL ones are actually crazy with it. Like whether it's like going in or like, I still remember the one Panda had, like, was it last year? Or the year before, like when he nearly saw a barrow with it with some like crazy TP ult play.
Yeah, TP like TP while knocking up, I think. TP
something like that.
And knocked him up on the landing. Yeah.
Right, like every single time, like as long as you're just stuck fouling it over and over again, at least you're still in play.
Right, you can't just watch it go past you in the same way that Game 3 did. And I think we've discussed a good bit about how this Dragons comp is potentially...
There's pressure for Dragons this time. They seem to have like the impetus in this game.
Yeah.
Scream getting poked before blue buff fight. I feel like this is a weird...
Scream is taking a lot of damage.
They like...
He's in.
Oh, now they've overcommitted.
No, Pegon's here.
Pegon on the way.
There's definitely...
Yeah, Variety dead.
There's definitely one kill here. Good, really good heal by him to like delay this a lot, but... Oh, Twig is just dead as well.
Pele, double Pele.
Oh, wait. Find this... Oh, that's so lucky.
No boggle.
I don't like that play by Dragons. That's
Yeah.
Like, that should have been a 2 for 2. Like, 50 health. That is
What the
lucky.
fuck is Genetics doing, by the way? He's missing. Why not just get the creeps, man? Oh, no.
He's zoning. Zoning no one. I'm surprised that went that well as well, honestly. I think the RT would maybe heal a bit more.
But that's the playstyle Scream is living for. I mean, that's the playstyle that we know from Scream. Yeah, I'm gonna go in. I might die, but we're gonna get something good.
Scorp time. Scorp time. I'm scorping. I did it.
And a second kill on top of it. Good pressure on right.
Do you ever think about the fact that you can ruin the King's day if you invade their Scorps?
All the time.
Do you like when you're getting their Scorp? Are you like, guys, this is over. We've won.
Has anyone ever gotten their Scorp?
A couple times recently, yeah.
Oh
it's been happening.
They're slipping.
So I think this is a really good spot. Once again, just to start things off.
Like these Titans especially, which I think might have just made them mad, but I don't know.
While we don't see it often,
I really wish like this wasn't studio because it definitely loses some some final feel to it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, hopefully this shit doesn't have any effect on potential of worlds in person.
Yeah,
being a little bit of an awkward one.
I don't know if you saw, but like in the US, like you don't even have to quarantine if you have COVID now.
Same in the UK.
Yeah.
It's a bit strange. Yeah. I think it should just be. Yeah, this is something that I probably didn't do before. Like I remember previously being in a pub, like while I had like a fucking like bad cold, and I got the guy to make me a hot toddy in the pub, and the barman was sick as well.
Oh god.
We were both just, and he was like, "I'll make one for me too," and I was like, "Solid, mate, enjoy." But nowadays, like I think I would try not to go out in that situation. Big men will die.
I don't know why Genetics split from him so hard.
That attempted blink one by Genetics.
Yeah,
by PDM rather. Fucked it.
Yeah, I mean this is polar opposite of last game, so good for the Dragons.
Yeah, not a huge lead so far though. We're talking 1k gold.
Yeah, I think it's more of just like a lead in terms of like presence on the map. Like is so big for the Dragons, right? Like the Kings will feel confident, like, oh, we're only 1k down, but the Dragons are gonna feel so good, like they're taking all these fights and winning them, right? That's what that comp wants to do. They just want to fight.
They're opening up the map, you know, for sure. Double Cthulhu as well to come, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, because there's been games and fights where Double Cthulhu has just looked like irresistible, unbeatable, like totally unfair.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't look so bad.
Yeah, I think it is not that good of a pick. I think it's very hit or miss. I think a lot of it depends on the jungle pick. If the jungler can actually like keep the Mori out, like not let him get like a good engage with the Cthulhu transform, and if they have a jungler can also just like kill the Cthulhu, and Erling definitely can.
Yeah. Going Kins already, I think.
Probably XC. I think everyone just goes XC.
Also. Yeah.
XC into Kins, I'd assume though.
Shall see.
Or Toxic Blade, I guess, because of Pellet.
Yeah. I don't know if do you want to go? I don't know if you want to go Toxic Blade into Pele that much.
Yeah,
I feel like
if you want Soul Eater, then you probably would, but without it, probably not. I mean, they are getting like Pythags and Renewal on Fine as well. Renewal on Mike.
Yeah, they do need anti-heal. They actually really should go Toxic Blade. This should be a Divine for big men as well, which it probably will be. The fact that he's already built into Shard. Oh, knock up is fine.
Mike's been a bit off this game, I'm not gonna lie.
He has been. He looks a bit panicky.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, it's good he is trying to be really proactive, which is way better than last game, but like a little bit too panicky.
Yeah. Just needs to know when to give up on a play, I guess.
Again, easy to call it just the old Leviathans lead, right? They would go into a game 20 minutes, 5k down, and they just outperformed.
I wonder if he should have gone med instead of Shell, Sam. I feel like med, like the cooldown med would be so good on a double Cthulhu dive.
I guess it's because he wants Phantom Shell and maybe something else for a second.
Oh, true, actually, yeah. I forgot about Kabrakan.
Yeah, I don't know what a second, but I feel like a second relic might be shot, but maybe he goes sprint. So
I think Heavenly or Bracer, right?
Yeah.
Probably want one of them to disengage.
Yeah, I would expect we'll definitely see some shells out the carries here as well. Big Man and Netroid could pick up the shells. I guess. So.
Yeah.
Like, Netrui was down 3 levels.
They don't really need Aegis that bad, as far as I can tell.
And is the difference maker for the Kings. Like, it didn't matter that the Dragons had such a good grip on that early game and such a comfortable lead. The Kings were able to strip it away. So right now, if I'm watching this, and
any chance to run into the Magi's bug? No, the Magi's is banned when Mari's in the game. Well, the revenge bug. Revenge glyph.
No Magi's revenge allowed.
That really does enough Scream though. He's been a big revenge buyer every game.
Yeah, he loves it. People love it on Pele, right?
Pele and Nem, I think, are the 2 best gods with it. Especially Nem. Well, just like gods you go Erendite on, because it's just even more movement speed to chase people down.
I'm sure the fans, not a group that are
Ooh, close on the pluck.
At the beginning of game 4.
And the thing I think is interesting, and this is like a, again, grand scheme conversation.
Oh, he did go Kins instead of X-Seat.
I'm so smart, I knew it.
Nice, man.
So... God damn. I know ball. What do you think about this, Nika? What about an emo of a guy with a basketball for a head, and he knows ball? What do you think about that? Do you think that would be good, or?
Probably.
My chat said it would be bad, and that they hate me.
Yeah, but they're not important, are they? It's whether you think it looks good.
Yeah, surely the Mori should be allowed to buy Magi's Revenge in this game. Only her.
Yeah,
then
it actually is really OP on Mori. Like, you engage, and then like your bubble gets popped, and you just run the guy down who popped it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I would argue starting to get towards 2nd seed in the
I mean, you could also do a like a finger pointing to a basketball as an emote. You know, like he knows ball. I think that would work.
That's fucking stupid, man. What the fuck?
What do you mean?
What the fuck are you talking about?
What do you mean? That makes way more sense than yours, man. You know what? I'm with them. Fuck your emote. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, stolen.
Oh.
Oh, not stolen. I'm not sure how that wasn't stolen. Ult from Mike, missed ult.
Big ult from Twig.
Twig, he turtles out and...
Knock up, he's dead. Oh, he speed hacked, you see that?
Yeah, he's cheater. Scream has a blonk.
There we go. Can't see anything on my fucking screen.
Yeah.
Too many Cthulhu's.
Oh, what the fuck?
He got body blocked.
Yeah, good old.
And it's Pyro +3 for the Jade Dragons in a game 4.
I mean, there's so much
King's looking a bit deflated on the cams after that one.
Yeah, I don't want a game 5, man. I'm feeling a bit deflated right about now. Fuck me. What did I predict? Did I predict 3-1 Kings?
Yeah, I said 3-1 Kings, but I think if Dragons win this, they're in a good spot.
Yeah.
Because, like, I feel like nothing they drafted is, like, prio for Kings other than the Bog, maybe? So I feel like that just, like, opens up draft so much more for a game 5.
Yeah.
Ooh, what the fuck? Maybe Royd goes crazy here? Oh!
Oh, he's gonna get 2, though!
He's the GOAT.
Not bad. Big time players make big time plays. Metroid with the flank, and the Kings are back in the game.
Yeah, if they have this mid tower, they're in a good spot. Might be too ambitious though.
They got red. They got a couple kills. They're pushing.
Actually, no. Yeah, they got this. They got this. There's only 2 people out.
Mike should be fine. He's so tanky now.
Oh, yeah. That
Cabral
was good.
Cabrakan is up there with the tankiest feeling gods in the game, alongside Kepri. I feel like those 2.
I think Atlas is up there as well. I feel like he just never die on Atlas. Like his base stats are just like crazy.
Old Yorm. I miss Old Yorm.
I miss him.
I bet you do too.
Yeah.
The Michael Mouse.
No, he never used to be Mickey. I think people forget that I built like full damage Yorm before.
Yeah.
You know, now he's Mickey.
Now he's just nothing. He's just shit.
He's just shit, yeah. He's been shit for years. They should remove him at this point or rework him. He's unbalanceable.
Yeah. Maybe they make like a skin where he's like a dick. And he like shoots out cum.
Yeah.
And that would probably bring him back into the
That would tier 5 Yorm skin?
I think, yeah.
Oh my god.
Like when he goes under the ground and then he like pops.
No, I was gonna say like, you know, Tier 5 skins evolve, like that's how it is. Like he starts off and then he gets harder, you know?
Yeah. Starts off 1 inch. It's
the ult would be crazy.
Oh, it'll be good. It'll be flopping out. Oh, so good, man.
Oh. Yeah, instead we get fucking bun hats or some shit instead of
what the
Dick
fuck?
Yorm.
Oh. No! Oh, they almost saved him. Twig's dead as well, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unless...
Oh, no.
Oh! He's going for it!
P-Gon has trolled.
He missed his one. He missed both his ones.
Oh,
You know what? I respect it. That's a good attempt.
Good play even for Polar Bear Mike.
He's back. Yeah, this is why we've been banning Cabra every game, because the god is just OP and count as like every carry pick in the game.
For PBM. All right, you know that little voice I keep talking
sorry.
about? Kind of fight for the kings
oh, someone just typed when he ults, the ground turns into a vag. And I'm out of juice. I'm out of juice on that one.
I never even thought of that.
I didn't consider it. It took me a second to parse it as well and figure out what they meant, and I was like, oh, right, okay. Netrioid, trying to get on out of there.
Skin idea.
We'll survive, yeah. And you can just call it Foreskin Yorm. It's already there.
From the Jade Dragons, but the Kings did slow down what could have been a super early FG look from the Jade Dragons if the Kings weren't quick enough. Ends up just being one more.
Your cum gander.
Just a bit as the gold lead gets
the people love it. Maybe they should do a community skin contest and we enter it.
Yeah. Let's get in there.
Yeah. Would Hires be able to stop that? No way. If the people want it, they can't say no.
If the people, they've got it. Like they're contractually obliged.
All we have to do is tweet about it, and then they'll change their mind.
Yeah. If we tweet loudly enough, it's all good. Maybe we get a hashtag going.
What would the hashtag be?
Dick Yorm skin.
That's it.
Now. Dick Yorm now. Day 1 of tweeting until they add Dick Yorm to the game.
It's only going to take 300 days from the looks of it.
I got time.
Dude, think of it, like a year from now you could have it, roughly.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not one for looking forward to. I'm more of a look back kind of guy.
And Pandacat as well. He's gone for a different
hashtag cock with fans. I don't know about that.
I'm not sure if that would be trending.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think that, you know,
and varieties of that.
That's actually.
Now we're seeing Atalantis.
I don't know. There's a joke there about Amaranth's Vegas party.
Oh.
I can't quite get it out.
Could be an Odibo.
Pardon me.
Bit of a lapse in concentration for us, huh?
Yeah, we've lost focus here a little bit. The game's not actually as over as it feels like it should be.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's gonna be hard for Kings to like kill anyone though, right? Like they might be able to live, but who are they gonna kill? They don't really have targets. Like even if they kill Scream, like they still have a double Cthulhu and Bog to deal with, right? Like any way you look at it, they have too many targets to deal with. Oh, is this how they win? Oh, that Cabal, beautiful.
They're not gonna kill him, right? Oh, they're trying. Are they gonna kill Panda?
Pagon Bog ulted in.
Yeah, I think they made a mistake. Still.
No, Scream. No. I think Scream goes in here and just goes crazy. Yeah. Good Capriol. Yeah, no, that's not great for Scream. Yeah, that's so poked.
Really not great.
Wow.
Damn.
Game pause? I will check why.
Oh!
He's lagging. Scream's lagging. He made that play and he decided he's lagging.
Almost. I think if anyone else dies on the Dragons there, that is a heavily considered King's win. But you lose Twig, you lose
cheating.
Scarab's Blessing, you lose a Primal Fury.
He does live on his own, right? The Skrizzler? So.
No, he lives with, he's in the Scarab's house.
Oh, I thought he was in his own place for some reason.
He
was.
He
had his own place.
Wait, what'd you say, Izzy?
That's a good mic. That's right, we get that mic. But we're talking about PBM.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah. She was like, what if all the Scarabs are like downloading something, make him lag, fucking sabotage.
Sam's come round. He's got 6 games. He's downloading the entirety of One Piece right now.
The Jade Dragons, but if you're asleep at the wheel for even half a second,
I like that.
these Kings,
I want to have 800 MS Hazer in a Smite game again. That was so funny.
Maybe we should queue up some ranked, you know, just slam.
You know what really sucks? They didn't show me running to the enemy base and killing myself, because that was so funny.
Sad. I'm sad I missed it.
I was so quick.
Maybe I'll jump on and see it. Maybe I'll VOD review it, you know?
VOD review the cheater, SPL cheater.
Yeah, SPL. Cheater in SPL?
That would be a good vid. That's some clickbait.
That could go huge. Nika, I'll do my best Betty accent. Nika was having a great game on the King Arthur until this happened in the Smite Pro League.
Do you think I would have gotten away with it if we didn't pause for like a little bit longer?
I don't know. You were so fast. But the thing is, like, Arthur, you're always using abilities, so it's a little confusing.
Yeah.
But I feel like no.
I think the moment I ran at 3 people and like TP'd towards them pretty much, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is not okay.
It was crazy.
Because I had never even seen the bug.
Have you
Like,
never seen it?
ever. No, that was my first time. It's I think Dada's no. I think I was just like, guys, I have 800 movement speed. Like, what the fuck? Did I get heavenly?
And they were like, no, Magus, bug Magus. But somebody, who knew what it was? Stardust.
Probably, yeah. Mari player.
Scumbag. He planned it. He's like, you weren't supposed to see anything. Plausible. Oh, Twig ran the back. Scream loses Magi's. Oh, Valor.
Oh, he walled off the Mori stun, I think. It looked like anyway, even though Mori think he goes through. Twig?
Well, where did PBM come from? I feel like he just walked through a wall. I guess he blinked.
Are they just gonna chase him around? No way.
No, he's got toxic. He's too fast.
Did they say to do anything after that happened? Well, first I tried relogging, and then I tried selling an item, buying a movement speed item to see if it would reset it. That didn't work. And then I had to kill myself in-game.
They're like in-game. They're like,
in-game.
Okay, Nika, now you gotta kill yourself in-game.
Did you see Biggie's tweet? It was so good.
No? What did he say?
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Difference maker here under the tier 2 tower. Twig never found his opening. And ultimate economy-wise,
Where is it?
that was maybe as good as the Kings.
I just put it in Discord.
Where everyone has their ultimates ready to go. But that shows you how powerful a descent into madness is. I
mean, did you see the size of that fire giant belt around him? Of course it's gonna be strong.
That is scary. That is one red-hot belt that FineOK is working with. And the Camelot Kings stare down a giant Cthulhu. Say,
I'll show the class.
10,000 we have crossed at 21 minutes.
Yeah.
Now you're starting to have the momentum conversation. There's still a game to close out here for the Jade Dragons. But should they close this out in as convincing of a fashion, without a fumble, without a back and forth that requires a 40-minute game?
Have you ever read any Smite fan fiction, Nika?
Nope, never.
I was reading some Smite fan fiction earlier. What a great.
Where did you even find it?
Fanfiction.net. Where else?
Ah, I see. What was the one you read about? Like what gods did it involve?
If Harry Potter was the son of Aphrodite and Ramerica.
What the fuck kind of combination is that?
The BGs are disgusted with Hugo.
Yeah, no, they
what kind of substance do you need to be on to even like imagine that? Like what is that?
I don't know, but I want some. It was fucking good. Fucking good shit. I hope it gets a little sexual later on. Yeah.
Are you gonna be like reading it on stream, like in between?
I read the first chapter on stream. I don't know if I can keep doing it, to be honest.
With a minute and a half to work with, or you can just grab yourselves that tier 2 tower. Plus, around the time this falls off,
it only has 2 chapters. Oh, there's one more chapter.
So you're gonna have a little bit of wiggle room to pick that up before the fire giant respawns.
This is the turnaround game, not only for the Dragons, yes, but I think specifically.
I'm yawning.
Yeah.
I need them to close this game out. There we go. They heard me.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's how you deal with the Kepri, I guess. There's the 2 Cthulhus.
Of game number 4, it's a double kill for Scream. It's a right side Phoenix for the Dragons.
Phoenix will fall. Truly, that is the Jeej.
Yeah, I don't think that comp can really deal with this overwhelming pressure.
Feels that way. Like, as soon as they fell behind, it felt very difficult for them to play.
Yeah. I think they tried to make like one really good player on the fire, but like Mike's ult was really good.
Yeah. Yeah, they made a nice call. They threw it out there, you know.
Yeah, I respect that. You know, like that's definitely what you need to do.
It's still a wide open base now for the Dragons, though. 2 Phoenixes down.
I don't know. I feel like
you still technically have a little bit. I mean, 30
Genetics Cabra for game 5?
Tier 2 and left. That's a nice
I think they might go to a Cthulhu ban, honestly, or a Mori ban, I guess.
Well, I think Bomb too. Like, I don't think they need to worry about a top 3. I feel like if it comes top 3, you can handle it. Especially if you're second pick, but we'll see. It's
like I think if he can get a Ymir into a comp like this as well, it would be like super strong.
How does Madness work with 2 Cthulhus? I assume it's 2 separate.
I think it's just 2 separate. Like the guy starts with like 0 passive.
That's the way it is with everything, right? That's the way it is with every other thing. Like for example, like
to do a passive and stuff.
Or, it all kind of just separate.
How much Netrioid is hoping that Genetics is going to be using those Scarab's Blessing on him, specifically against Scream, because like the Aegis for Big Man Ting.
0-3, 1-2, 1-4, 1-3. 1-1 for Netrioid, best KDA. You'll take that.
Extending out maybe another half second or so, but doesn't have that Aegis.
I'm not sure what the plan is for Kings to like. I think the Titan just dies to the fucking overwhelming, like Cthulhu, like. I guess no, not really. I guess the Titan damage is not the best. He doesn't have Oboe PCAP.
Yeah, I feel like they're just gonna die on a Phoenix defense. So they're gonna try and defend something. They'll get like one person will get picked off, and then.
Okay, what the fuck is Scream building? Why does he have like execution of
T2? Maybe he's like, this is the best thing I can get for 12. No, I'm grasping a bit.
Yeah, that is crazy. Heavy Exy maybe on Pele?
Yeah. Would you go heavy? Would it be better than Ferocious?
Probably, because Pele doesn't auto-attack much, right?
Yeah.
Well, like, in general, like, in a fight, you probably won't get enough off to make the other one worth it.
Yeah.
What if Heavy Exy AoEs on her auto-attack on the ult?
It's possible.
Would that be broken? Maybe.
What's her? I don't know. I can't do a monkey.
I probably wouldn't because it's an ability, but maybe he knows something we don't. He's a cheater?
Maybe. He is a cheater. What's he cooking? He does love cooking.
Let's see how they play this.
Twig has been eating the taunt for like the heal.
I think Twig not having XC as well just makes his damage like pretty low.
Oh, the PBM's going so fast. Oh, PBM's dead.
Mike?
Are you losing Mike? Yes, you are.
Oh, Netroid's dead though.
And Nika, I think, did some good work.
Yeah, he crit him for sure.
Alright, say, oh, good res.
It's terrible Pele ult.
Oh, he can dive there as well. Panda accidentally killed Brian.
That was so bad that Panda kind of just carried that whole engagement.
That's game. Right? Yeah.
The Jade Dragons get it.
Game 5.
Kill.
In the Smite Summer Masters Grand Final.
I don't know, the Kings look a bit deflated.
Yeah.
And frustrated a bit, I think, because, again, like, it kind of felt like last game where they didn't have much of a way into the game.
Fell behind early and just never got a chance to play after that.
Yeah, it's going to be all about this draft, I think.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if anybody has anything left over, you know? Anybody's got anything still in the locker.
Actually.
And they shut down.
Variety got a Changa, maybe?
Oh, shit.
Has Netrioid got a... Fuck, is there a Ballona?
No, not again.
Bring back the Ballona ADC. Bring it back.
Hey Nika, here to discuss the incoming competitive ruling. Do you have time to discuss? Hindu, what do you mean, man? I thought I was safe. Oh shit.
Oh fuck.
Well, it was a good run, guys.
Good run, right? I'm not associated with you. I'll see you for the...
Delete. Alright, my mods took him out. We're good, we're good. Sweep it under the rug, we're good.
Solid.
Alright. Let's see what Twitter's saying about this step. Shut up, man. You got your skin. Just stop. Damn, I guess people aren't... I guess nothing's happened really to tweet about. Like, hype moment or anything. Not yet, anyway. Yeah, Benkai just like was like, that's probably a bad idea. Take out genetics and sub in Omar. It's a good call. Fraud bear. What the f... So that's boring because both teams are playing too clean. I don't think it's that. I think it's because like the last two games have just been one team not really having a draft that can actually like fight back. So it's just kind of been one-sided like slow losses. This chat's so dead. What are they even complaining about? More flag buff. Does whoever wins get 200k? Yes. Sub out BMT. Mora is notorious for getting other characters nerfed without catching nerfs herself. Eh? Not really true. Would you like a fine or a suspension? I would like an Ula tier 5 skin. Mora's notorious for breaking the game? Yeah, I agree. Well, actually, it has been a while, guys. It's been a while, you know. It was about time Mori messed up something. Hostage negotiation now. Exactly that, Hindu. Did you get extra money for finishing third? Yep. I think we get 15k as a team instead of 10. Hey, OJ. Damn, we could have potentially lost 5k because I was so quick. Too quick for my own good. Please suspend him. His actions were so out of line. Cheating in the Pro League, we can't let him walk. Agreed. Another speed bug. This time it leads to Titan going down to 1 HP, but oh no, Sam for Soccer 2 comes in and saves... What did I just read? I'll give you Ula for your August subs. Wait, I don't have many subs right now. Maybe that is a good deal. I haven't been streaming a lot, so my sub count did decay. Wait. No, it's not worth it. I'll just... Dude, I play enough Ula tier 5 in the studio. It's fine. Please go. Had you guys on playing in this? The Phoenix Defense 4 was hype. Oh, against, yeah, Dragons, when me and Daughters just went all in there. That was sick. Honestly, that set could have gone our way. Which is why, like, we're not too down. Based on how, like, Phase 2 ended, like, we sucked for some reason randomly. We just, like, fell off completely. So I think it was a good recovery. Thanks for 14 months, Wagon. Appreciate it. Thanks for the gifted sub, Flame. What was the idea of the FG call? The one in game 1? Well, we saw Pika and Pegon go to red. So like we can just burst the FG. Like if you watch it back, we were literally like 1 second off of getting FG and probably getting out. So like it was a risky call for sure. Like in hindsight, we said we don't need to make that play because we're winning anyway. But it happens, you know. Sometimes you go for like a call that's gonna instantly win you the game rather than like winning overtime. Calithan, thanks for the 2 months. Appreciate that. And then in game 3, like we were winning pretty much every team fight. And then instead of opening on Kukulkan, we tried Baron once. And we like dropped everything on Baron and they got a really good engage. So that's probably the biggest problem. Like in that game. Because we were in control again. Like game 1 and 3 we were in really good spots. Thanks for the gifted sub as well, Russ. Appreciate it.
From that point on, I mean, the Camelot Kings held out for a lot.
He wanted a restraining order on him in that. I think it was a joke. Feels like the Bolts are having that at the moment too, just a bad spell. Yeah. I mean, I think the thing is just mainly tournaments though, right? Like they do really well all of regular season. Is this set purely down to draft? I think so, yeah.
That Pele has to be very active.
I think the drafts have decided the last 2 games.
Very active and very good.
Without a doubt.
A lot of great plays from them. Even here, you jump into the highlights looking at Mike.
Actually,
double kill.
Yeah, the last 2.
And if it's not this one, then it's the next one. Either way, he's very prevalent.
What's up, Hex?
In this matchup. A lot of good CC, a lot of good control.
I think us and Bolts are have been very similar in terms of like usually like solid in regular season, and then just like crumble at tournaments. I don't know what like their reasoning is. For us, mainly it's our own like bad plays, like over aggressive plays, like over eager. But I think we definitely got better at it in this tournament. I think if we had a better phase 2, like ending, I think we could have won this tournament really easily.
To join into a fight that otherwise would not have been really enabled.
Because I think we had to learn like a lot of things as a team that we should have already had learned in the past like week and a half.
Good luck getting anything done when you're getting knocked up constantly. Damage is there. There's this again cacophony of visuals.
Too conservatively. I don't think they usually do that, but against us they definitely did.
So I think they just played that. They drafted.
I mean, we were able to like completely AFK our games against them.
And they got things done.
Visual clutter, maybe another way to put it out.
I just gotta get timed out. He was spamming.
It's already bad enough going against singular Cthulhu, and kind of jumping back to what we talked about, kind of
in tournaments. Oh, okay. Yeah, I am not gonna lie. I haven't seen many of their tournament sets, but
see those snipes? Those get pretty high. Those get pretty crazy. Cthulhu not so high up there because he is just absolutely a menace in front of the camera. You kind of have to pan everywhere else, and when you're
new solo for Bolts? It's not announced yet. For Bolts? Do you mean Levi's? Yeah.
That was kind of the beauty that the Jade Dragons went with this style of comp is
Bolts haven't made a change yet.
Yeah. Pagon didn't always go into the Cthulhu. We saw it sometimes.
Bolts just die in slow bleed games. It looked like Dragons did game 3 of that set.
It was never
yeah.
right at the same time as Fano.
Is that how it usually is though?
His descent to madness, and now Pagon's going up for his, or Pagon is just finishing his.
Do you know something? Nope.
Into his ultimate, so we never really got the stacking.
I only think.
They never needed to stack because Camelot Kings couldn't even deal with one of them.
Yeah, I think
you guys win. You guys win 100% if you get to late and Bolts should nothing. Yeah.
Play very opposite.
That's how our games felt anyway.
And you kind of see that in that win. That was a very Dragon-style game. And the game before it was a very King-style win, right? As slower, methodical versus fast and chaotic. And so it's really interesting to see how these two are continuing to clash against each other, just in picks and bans, because I think if you go back to like Game 3, where it is a very strong win for the Kings, they pick something that plays their style well. You look at that last draft from the Dragons, it plays their style well. And I'm wondering how that translates here, as well as what that means for this final. Because in this last game, if you're the Dragons, you come
I think Kings would probably out macro us, but I think we team fight better.
It can catch the Kings, not maybe off guard, but at a pace that they just can't match. And that
if we're like in
in
a full even game.
Time, if you play it a little slower, because it is a time to be cautious, it is a time where if you lose the game, if you lose the early, if you give too much over, the Kings could just tank, again, the small.
The problem we usually have against the Kings is even like getting to late game, because their macro is so good early game as well. They kind of like put you in a spot where you're down, like throughout the game.
Drafts play at, I think, are just as big as the actual play on field.
And I think
typically
yeah. Not only the most interesting because
what about the end hurt? Maybe he's cooking it up for phase 3. We'll see.
But it also makes the drafting phase very, very volatile in a sense where you've just played 4 games up against your opponents. There, you've won 2, you've lost 2.
I'm going away for a week tomorrow, Russ.
And you see what works really well for them. And so
but then after that, I'll just be back here.
Land metas that get developed, and while it took pretty much the entirety of this land to really kind of figure out what that meta was, Gore.
Yeah, Dada's been an A for the whole year.
Felt like we were watching. Week 8, 7,
24. We could see if I can do a 24 at some point.
We see what these
before phase 3 starts up again.
What these top bans are from teams, and now we get to see that all culminate into one final draft. We get to see that.
Thanks, Chicken.
One final opportunity for both of these teams to try and crown
themselves. It's the best time to do it. Yeah, you are right.
And it's fun to watch because, like you said, the I want to say
are
like
definitely
the
right.
terrain of the set has changed, and in picks and bans and in actual play on field. Because like early on, Discordias, your Ratatoskers, heavy bans on those, things like that. Then suddenly those are kind of getting let through, and instead you're banning your Cucullins.
What's this Lancelot game?
Your Lancelot's finally getting up there as well, and that's the thing I'm curious is to that transition.
New YouTube
right?
vid.
2 Lancelot games at the very.
I played so much Lancelot, I don't even remember.
Since then, I think that's more or less probably comfortable, right? When Genetics is playing the Ymir the way that we saw, admittedly at this point, a few hours ago, then you really have to be, I think, prepared to try and deal with that. So trying to take something away, not only from yourselves, but from the other team. Variety plays that really well. I think it wouldn't be surprising to see that continued. But also,
I'm going crazy in this game.
Very niche picks, right? The Ratatosker.
Most fun release in Skilg? Yeah, I can agree with that for sure.
Plays it really well.
Do you think we'll get any big changes before Worlds? Probably. I mean, we get one more set of map changes, don't we? Before
are we going to see these niche picks? Or are we
before Worlds for sure?
Like you said, this kind of weird traversal that we've made it, where like Chernobog.
Like, I wonder if we got another winter map.
This one, a big deal again. You know, Pele.
If we do, I hope it's not for too long.
First pick, like Artio, forgotten for a hefty chunk of the meta, despite a good matchup into King Arthur. Now being a high priority for the Kings and for Variety, I think it's going to be fun to watch how they change the tackling of these P's and B's.
The culmination of 2
I'm coming!
The Smite Summer Masters.
Here we go.
Games played.
This is what it's all come down to.
Over the 70 game point.
After all this, 2 weeks of grueling gameplay, 16 teams whittled down to just 2 remaining. The Camelot Kings, the Jade Dragons. 1 game remaining. Who will take home the majority of this $200,000 prize pool? Let's get into the picks and bans.
And this is exactly why, right? The Morrigan could get banned out. I think the Dragons have to.
That was crazy, man.
Thanks. Thinking about taking on some like presenter work, you know, like the Kelly
I think you do a good job. I mean, I wish they had that on the cast, you know, like to intro the game. That was hype.
That would be huge. That would be big. I feel like I could pull it off. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, ESET Mori.
Fans are coming in. Yeah, I think they might. I see a world where they give up the Chiron here and go for another Cthulhu comp, because Chiron is not strong into that. He's never killing the Cthulhu.
I think that now it's in that part of the discussion.
The 2 junglers on the screen right now. Big game for both of them.
So do you think Nemban here? Surely it has to be Nemban here, right? Kings are gonna first pick Nemban.
Yeah, I think Nemban, and then you're kind of forcing him on a god that he hasn't looked good on the whole set, in my opinion. Like one of the warriors, or like I feel like he should go to Hunbats or Rat personally. Twig instead of this Erlang. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he shouldn't go to the Erlang. That's for sure. We'll see what he do.
You know what I don't get? Why does no other team play Daji?
I don't understand why nobody's playing Daji. I feel like she's so good.
Yeah, she's a broken character, surely.
But yeah.
have a very important decision to make.
Let's see.
We're no longer at the point of these.
So what's even? Yeah, the Chiron is open. I don't think the Kings value it like top pick because like
they want first pick. They'll just pick it 2-3. Yeah, no way it gets first. No way it's taken away, right?
They actually first picked it.
Okay.
There's a lot of investment into this. I wonder if PCAT runs like a Ho Yi.
This has been just a very strong.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, solid. Solid.
I actually don't think they should take the Bog here. They should have took the Cabrakan here, I think.
Chiron's gonna be the one that does it,
The Cabrakan
Pele
top
here. I would really like a cab here from Genetics. I think he's been so good at it. I don't know why he's not been picking it. I don't understand.
I actually think a Ymir maybe would be better. We'll see. His Ymir is crazy.
And for some of
I do think the Bog is like really good, but I don't think Kings would have gone Bog and Chiron, so the cab was really good for Mike.
Yeah, very unlikely. I guess it's just the Mike would rather wait, see what he's against to pick. Because I don't think they're taking the Bog because they think they won't get it if they don't pick it here.
Yeah.
Same with Pele. Like, I don't think they're worried about... Oh! It's Chiron mid.
Chiron mid.
Okay, I hate it.
Yeah, I agree.
Other than the long lane. So it feels like it might be BMT instead playing the Chiron. Similar concept, but very different person who's been playing.
I think Jades are on the upper end of this.
Yeah,
first three for each team. Yeah.
I don't like this from Kings so far. We'll see. Maybe they got a Freya mid in the locker? I hope not.
Maybe. Med Freya mid? Benny style?
Yeah. Could be something. Ymir. Or Michael.
The wall available to themselves. Ymir locked in for the Jade Dragons.
Professor BM.
Carry jungler picked up for the Jade Dragons. Chernobog can technically still flex between two.
Rat ban, dude. Rat's been banned against Twig so much. I don't really think his Rat's that. The only time he really picked Rat was when he went that stupid fucking Sunder build, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think it's also like if you ban out these like niche assassins that he might play, he is just gonna play Erlang, right? Like, and the god is so hit or miss right now. Like, keep him off of like the assassins that have way more like win con than like an Erlang or Osiris.
Yeah,
I don't think Dragons would be too upset. Like, honestly.
Yeah. I don't think I would want him to be on the Osiris almost.
Yeah.
He's played poorly.
Oh, Harry also plays him solo, so that is potential ban because of that. Yeah, like Hunbat's in the right. Like again, like what assassin is Twig gonna play here? You know, I think they want him on a warrior.
So there is going to be some interesting play.
I don't know what else. Maybe like a Kali.
But it is nice to see because like the
little Kali pick.
It's been a while.
Yeah, you can try to draft the.
I think that god is a bit underrated, but yeah, she's got decent big nerfs. Yeah. Daji probably not good into that top 3 guys.
Or if you have a leap or a
Daji, Neja.
Then now you've used your
Kali
to get over a wall, and they
I don't like Neja into Ymir. I feel like it's so
I just don't like it.
Yeah, I think it is bad.
Final 2 bans for the Camelot.
I think it's just gonna be a warrior and hope you can like win through the Freya funnel.
What if it's Freya jungle?
Oh my god.
And they go for a hunter or something, or a mage.
What if it's
even.
Thor here, dude?
Oh, Thor pick up? Oh, yeah.
Game 5, everything on the line.
Masters on the line, no time to fumble. Grab your shit, baby. It's Twiggy Thor jungle. Out it comes.
Ooh,
the crowd goes
Vamana.
wild.
Vamana's a good suggestion, I feel like.
I fucking love Vamana. I think he's cracked.
I agree. Especially from the jungle.
I think until they see, maybe you could lock it in here, but I think dealing with Variety's RDO on the other side, and specifically after what they dealt with earlier.
You could fuck the enemy team's moms.
At this point, you kind of know
if he
there's no AMC.
That'd be a
so
big
it feels
move.
safer to lock it in. I'm also curious as to what we're going to see.
Oh, anyway. Jade Dragon's picking up next. They still need a mid laner and a solo laner.
Still available as of right
Cuckoo
now.
not available.
I think they get the Yu Huang really. Really? I was gonna say they get that mage here, but I just think that god is horrible.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Wang fan. He's okay.
I think he was okay, and now like I feel like he's just such a target for people to dive.
Yeah.
Osiris
Alone
below
Osiris, holy shit.
That is a good end to a draft.
What is this? A season 4 solo lane matchup? I don't know. Locked in bottom 2.
I think, you know, holding on.
You remember that season where it was like just fully Osiris versus Bellona for like a year?
He could definitely finish with a Cthulhu here as well if they think one is like really strong.
Cabrakan though.
Sure. Yeah, it's not the best. King Arthur, fair enough.
Comfortable, safe.
Yeah, why not, right?
That can still get a lot of good damage.
I don't like either draft. I'm gonna be honest.
Now I posed this question.
I think we got some two mid drafts.
Yeah. Who have you got? If you had to pick a winner right here, right now, who's your money on? $1 million on the line.
Fuck. There's so many bad picks on both sides that it's tough, man. I'm gonna go with the Dragons.
I don't mind the idea.
Okay, I'll take Kings. Good. Solid. $1 million. Shake on it. Sounds good. I don't know. Yeah, it feels like Dragons have momentum and they might win because of that. But
yeah,
I
mean, I
just
I do prefer the Kings draft a bit, but I just think I wanted the Chiron to be on Roid. The last few times Twig has got Osiris, it hasn't looked very good.
I am a hater of this Chiron going mid when you have the best Chiron player in the world.
Yeah,
that
is
in the ADC role. I just don't get it.
I mean, and Roid on Frey as well has been like up and down, right? Like he's had very good plays, but he's also had very like int plays.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a coin toss on the Kings draft, and the Dragons is just like they have Yu Huang, which is shit, but like the other 4 gods are really good.
Necessarily suffers against either of them. I think having
it's a tough one.
Safer versus the Cabrakan, not for the first couple.
It's gonna be a
Scream might decide it. I'll say it. Scream might.
I do think the junglers decided here. Like I think Twig needs a really good game to like get this Frey online. You know, like get her to the point where she wants to be at.
I don't necessarily remember thinking that Panda Cat's like his mages weren't like, oh my god.
I don't fucking know. Maybe it's Freya mid. No way it's Freya mid, is it? It doesn't make sense.
No, it does not.
It's just too bad for clearing.
It's not bad. It's not that bad with Conduit actually, like the clear. But you just don't do anything as a Freya mid, right?
I also don't mind it if it's
clear and then you can't do anything for 8 seconds or whatever. It's not Freya mid, it's Chiron? Yeah, I would think so.
Oh yeah, it should be.
Because again, a lot of the things that are successful up against the Cabrakan are still going to be necessary in mid when the Cabrakan starts rotating.
Well, it's all come down to this. The drafts are
with the game on the line, which jungler do you want, Twig or Scream?
One final
I think it's an unfair question to ask, but the answer is Scream. Most of the time.
Kings, the Jade Dragons. Who will be your Phase 2 Summer Masters champion? We're going to throw it to the casters one final time to decide it all.
Let's go, Gore.
One more time, my friend.
Goat Miser.
Between the Dragons
great
and
effort.
the Kings.
Yeah, he's even put in a shift.
As we go into our final.
Look at me, I'm casters now.
You're casters now. Our final game.
It's done. He needs a day off. Holy shit.
Possible individual games of Smite this weekend.
You know what? I'll tweet Goat Miser so we can all appreciate him. Goat Miser.
One of the most competitive years of SPL we've got, and so it is my pleasure one final time to say Dolson, Gore, and Doug with you.
Sweat's pissing out of his head. Listen, let's not talk about being sweaty. I am fucking stinking right now. This is a crime. It's too hot.
He'll be playing the Yu Huang mid. We don't get the roll swap.
Oh, what kind of temps are you getting in Alpharetta right now?
Like around 30.
Feed the hot hand. Even with the pick that's working out.
Well, and again,
we've been like high 20 to like 26, 27.
Yeah,
a lot of this week.
From the beginning of phase
but it's apparently supposed to cool down tomorrow.
Like everywhere,
that's good.
Just wherever he could possibly be thrown.
Let's see. I'm pretty sure it's not cooling down anytime soon.
Where he's going to be able to farm, get those items online.
Actually, Wednesday onwards, we're in the mid 20s.
That's not bad.
So that's definitely an improvement.
What have we got next week? We've got 28 today, 21 tomorrow, 17, 18, 18.
It sounds
lovely.
Yeah.
Much cooler.
That'd be nice. Into like your chin size.
Show us the coup battle.
It's so crazy.
It's so shit. Honestly, I hate it. It's like one of the worst things to watch and like play. It's just so random.
It's wild. It's something to watch.
It is something, I guess. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what's gonna happen? Who's gonna get it?
It's so scuffed because like Sometimes you can't even tell like who's getting it, right? Like it's just like you have to watch the tracker. Like there's no active like.
Honestly, I would say.
Yeah, I have to watch the tracker. I often don't know because people like invest so much.
Why is Harry here? What the? Surely I don't think they can get a kill.
Very much vocal.
And they know that. I think there's supposed to be a bait.
It was Twig more vocal than Scream.
He's staying around for the mid camps. Did he outclear him that hard?
And sometimes it is.
You know, he's getting.
That, right? Like, did your lanes do well? Well,
he didn't lose any creeps.
Any creeps? What the hell happened?
He pushed. Fine pushed.
I'm gonna keep my eyes on the Pele just as much.
Oh yeah, I got everything.
Probably gonna be.
He misses nothing. He was going for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's really bad. He loses coup, unless.
Coup.
Definitely is a different composition though from the Jade Dragons. You don't have that big Descent into Madness. You don't have two of them with Pagon on the Morrigan. So of course Scream can and maybe should still be diving that back line, but those early rotations from the Jade Dragons are going to look a bit different here in this game.
Bit edgy to start this off. You would expect there to be a blue buff invade from one of the teams here.
Yeah,
probably from Variety and Twig, but because of that mid rotation.
Yeah.
And purple buffs are just getting, you know, farmed out as usual.
Yeah, I think it might be a game where like both teams are kind of scared to like be too aggressive, I guess.
Yeah.
You don't want to start the final game like on a bad note. Like you'd rather be in like a stalemate than like you just fuck up and like you have to fight from behind.
Yeah,
I think that's way better for. I actually think that's better for Dragons because of the Pele.
Really?
Yeah, I think the Pele's gonna go crazy.
We'll see.
That's just how they like to play.
Like Twig, yeah, it does have to get something happening in the first 15 minutes. Like for 10 minutes even, I would say. Before that first Gold Fury fight, Twig needs to have some serious impact to make this Osiris
So did you.
But not as much as it was before, maybe not as heavily as we saw. And I think that's kind of true.
You forget as well.
You can still find these
funny,
fights
isn't
and
it?
still be present, but you know, you want farming a little bit.
I didn't.
Are you gonna take some? Are you gonna take some time off, you guys, over the next little while?
Yeah, I think pretty much everyone other than Daughters has plans right now. I think he's going to see if he can go back to France.
Yeah, but I guess visa-wise, it's a bit tough. Twig, it's 5 before Scream. He won't kill him here. He doesn't get it. Oh.
Still down at level 4. Centaurus in 1 bit of damage.
Slows.
Scream slowed, and he's got damage for
No.
Oh.
Back from base as well. And First Blood escapes. But now might be turned around onto the Camelot Kings. A wall gets tossed
He'll be fine.
Bear Mike, but Genetics tanky enough, and Pagon not enough.
That was a good try. Twig tried to get active, at least I respect that.
Scream will survive.
And that's the biggest thing. That's the threat that you have to deal with in the Dragons. It's not, oh, Twig is going to ult. It's the slows, man. It is the slow from the sickle, then immediately doubled down.
Oh, I'm out of juice. I'm out of juice, to be honest. It's been a long couple weeks.
I mean, there's a lot of instances I could see in this game where you just get too slow to
What are you giggling about?
Izzy tweeted happy 6 months and then she ratioed my response. Like, what the fuck?
Trying to get some slow immunity a little more often. Or maybe even just
Is that allowed?
Is this allowed? Is that allowed? Dude, how do you feel about the fact that that's not a real person, it's a mannequin in that Vine?
What Vine?
Is that allowed, Vine?
I don't know. I don't know the Vine.
What? You gotta watch that Vine. Scream First Blood.
That's a good start. Can they stop his back?
I don't think he... Yeah, he does eventually. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The meditation. He's full health. Rudul, he's full health. Everyone's full health now.
F6, dude.
Here comes Harry though.
There's a Falona coming. There's a Harry coming.
They might be able to continue this fight.
Remember, Variety does not have ultimate.
No way, right?
Nothing happened to
Yeah.
Self King Arthur.
Teleport back into lane. Berserker shield completed for this.
Oh, no way. Oh, Scorp. Oh, and they got a Scorp invade as well. It's over. It's over.
Right on time, and that's your difference maker in the.
Look at those graphs. Holy shit.
Over to the Jade Dragons in a game 5.
Look, Dave, you don't leave Phase 2 as the top First Bloods in the league unless you're able to continue getting them. And that's what Scream is good at. Again, he did it a lot on the Scarabs. Kind of took a break for the first few games on the Dragons. They were getting First Blooded more than they were finding the First Blood. But right back to it, a lot of those kills just set them up for success. And so
Game,
far,
oh,
Mike's
they're
been
going
on
on.
point
What
with
the
these
hell?
rounds.
They're so keen to fight.
That's a
right.
good goal, yeah.
Yeah. Red buff invade
Red
as
buff
well.
invade
Super
as well,
clean.
yeah.
It's already half.
The floodgates have opened.
Here we go.
We'll now go over to
We got an
the
NA game on our hands.
an important moment. Both junglers on the board. And this time it's
We do need a really high plus game here. Like, the last 2 games have been really boring, honestly. From like a fun point of view.
Yeah.
That there's something
Good smite,
We need a
though.
barn burner.
Like
We need a barn burner.
this time around. Small,
I
but
feel
when you're
like.
6.5 minutes
Yes.
in, that's what you're going to get, right?
Yep.
In a few minutes, they make a play like that, it's a Gold Fury start. In 10 minutes, they make a play like that, it's a Pyromancer. In 11 minutes, 12 minutes, it's a Fire Giant, right? That's
Let
the
me
kind
check
of
out
style
why
they like to play.
the
everything has a purpose, and if they don't
pause
see
is
the
coming
purpose,
through.
Twig is
Yeah,
lagging,
So I
and
expect to
Harry
see a
has
lot
been
of
dropping
that.
some frames, so he's
Control,
restarting.
Isolation,
Okay,
get
we'll
a pick,
reset. I like
turn it
that.
into
Take a
something
breath.
little bit
My
bigger.
sources have
Right
been
now,
telling me,
small
anyway.
lead, small
That's
goal.
why.
I've heard, yeah, we've
Over
heard
the
that.
game,
I'm
they
only in
can
the
definitely
SCC
do
Discord. I need to get myself into the SBL Discord
My game
somehow.
chat's wild? What are they doing?
Oh no, are they wildin'? Let's have a look.
Gore sandals one size too small.
Why
Why is he staring at his feet?
Not the case here in game number 5, where Captain
Very
Twig
refreshing.
has been everywhere.
Paused
but he
by
answers
the
back
Bologna?
from the lane.
What does that
Now
even
Captain
mean?
Twig gets the kill onto Polar
People
Bear.
writing
Paused
Fino
league.
like
And
he
it's
isn't
why you
supposed
pick
to
an
bully
Osiris in the
Bologna
jungle,
early,
right?
and he
It's
didn't even
if you
kill.
get off to a good start,
Lamau.
Lol.
but
You
if-
own
Why
them.
have chairs if they have to stand?
kind of ignoring the
Oh, they
Osiris
stand up.
later
They
on.
sit down when
So
the
this is
camera's not on
exactly
them.
how the Kings probably drew things up.
Fools.
You're not giving up first blood
Yeah.
in your ideal picture, but as far as being able to get active and find moments, Captain Twig's done
Let's
a great
see,
job.
I'm
And
scrolling
again,
up a
something
bit
that was
here.
kind of missing from last game. We saw the Erlong
Let's
Shin.
see.
It goes for the mannequins. Very similar style build and similar style play to what we're used to seeing with an
Why
Osiris.
did I take that?
But he never got
Oh,
there.
I'm getting
Like, all right, so we're
fired.
going to see him early on. And he showed up once, and then that was it. Like,
Never saw him
was
again.
nothing for Osiris. And a lot of the Osiris
Smite
Erlong
game
Shin, a lot of
Pog,
the
I've never
cards we use
seen
for
that.
Selfish purposes. Osiris doesn't really have that option, right? You get aggressive. You can use your ult selfishly and try to get
Wait, is it over? Who won?
an avenue for play.
I'm gonna
But
reply
really,
like
the basic
Pappies.
that we've seen from Twig so far.
When the Pappies play, I like that.
In the jungle in general.
My
Getting
favorite
aggressive
German
Smite team.
freak is the biggest. What does this
Tether
mean?
coming up.
What do you mean by this?
Pretty obnoxious
What do you
slow
mean
with-
by that?
Obnoxious stun with all those slows. And that's where things, I think, really start to stack
I
up
see feet.
for the Kings
You do,
in these
Messner.
fights.
Good
All of a
stuff.
sudden, you can turn something
Suspicious
that's just a
user,
small
suspicious
dribble.
user, monitoring, and all they type was at. I love being a mod.
Hey,
Hazel,
man.
why is Smite Game
Every
Chat
small
so
dribble from
badly
Genetics turns
moderated?
into
You're
a
one of the
slow,
mods, figure it
turns
out.
into
I ban everybody. I'm just constantly banning
Good.
people
That's
non-stop.
right, and look, we
I'm like,
got
copy
so
pasta
far.
here, copy pasta there.
No, not that. That's bad.
It's a quicker paced game from how
Let the chat
was
do
that
something,
game
man. Oh, what's...
two,
the
something
hell?
like that was with the
I swear I just
Cameron
heard the
Oh,
game.
shit.
win. Hey Gore, it's a nice throwback.
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, it's a nice Gore.
Yeah, I
Master
heard the game as well.
appreciation Post. We got one for you, Gore. Gave you a nice shout out, and we do appreciate you, Gore. You've casted 8 straight games.
Oh, we are
today.
back.
The 3-man.
And I wore a
Yeah,
shark
we're back
mask.
in.
That's right, and you are.
Here we
I
go.
almost forgot.
That's right. You and I and J-Mac did the 3-man in our 3rd, 4th place match, and now you and I have gone the distance here in the grand finals.
The Smite Game
You've
mods are
been
just weird because they
testing
like...
all the while.
They
So we
delete
love
some
you, Gore.
messages, and then another one, some guy literally
That's
says,
rich,
like,
'cause that's a nice
this
post.
pro player is an
We
ugly
thank
cunt, and
both
he's
of these two
smelly and,
teams
like,
for giving
homeless
us a
piece of
grand
shit,
final that
waste of
is-
space.
Yeah.
And they're, like,
In a
letting
In a
him keep
world-
messaging,
and
you know?
Again, for those of you who've
Yeah,
been watching
give him
Smite
a, get a
for
little
while,
purge.
normally you get to
maybe.
finals, that's where-
Not
that's
even
where it falls
sometimes, you
apart,
know?
like, very
It's like,
rarely
let him
have
cook,
we
they're
have we
thinking.
had, like, a-
And then,
a
like,
finals that is, like,
and,
that's
like,
one of
some
the
other
best
guy
games
just,
of
like,
Smite. I
makes
think that,
funny
the
meme,
PK
and it's
win
like,
not too
fuck
long
you,
ago
man.
in Season
No
7,
fun
that's,
allowed.
like, one that
No fun
has to
allowed.
be kind of
Permanent
burned in your
banned.
memory. But a lot of them, I mean, even more recently, where it's like
Damn,
really
Nika
fun
saw my
semis.
comment
And then I
about
got
him.
just a 3-0
Yeah,
at the
buddy.
very end.
I see everything.
I'm
You got his
Tickler.
dash?
Trouble.
Some damage from
Great
Big
play.
Man.
Gets his ult. Surely he gets a reset.
Guys, kill Pele, what the fuck?
Killer, guys. Like KDA.
This must-win Game 5 for all the marbles, and the Turnabog is on board.
Already
That was a great
25
play.
stacks on the
Did
Jensen. It's
Big
a
Man
small-
not have his
different build,
dash?
As we were talking about earlier,
Must not have,
immediately
right?
from the
But
start.
who would have even
And
caught
again,
it?
I want to see him go into something that is going to be a little more tank shredder. You know that Twig, Variety, and Genetics are going to be hard targets to burn through, and so I think Panda Cat's going to have to play a big role in being the one burning through them. You're going to outscale Fred early on.
He's
You're
juicing.
gonna be a lot more engaged
He's
earlier
milking.
on. And so I
He's
like
dying.
him rotating hard.
Oh,
Someone-
he's gotten out of there. Oh, everybody's fine. Walk through the
That's,
wall. Okay,
ult
ult
out.
You vote?
Bit.
How does Cubo feel about that being the Cubo combo?
I feel like he doesn't even like know.
Dude, I did feel bad when I tweeted about people being able to kill his jungle, and he was like, "Yeah."
I think it woke him up though. Man's been unstoppable since that tweet. Seen some of those monkey tosses. How did they even connect?
Those motherfuckers have springs on them. I don't know.
I wish we were in like you guys had comps for that. It was so funny. Oh, Dragon's got it. Big fight here though.
Still not good.
Maybe.
No Osiris, just they don't have the jungler there. Horrible trade. Gladiator shield, item purchased, gold difference.
Nice. Honed edge.
Honed edge on the graph.
See the scales tip a little more in favor
And a chance of healing as well.
How do the Arthur Taylor solo matchup feel when you both go solita? Really easy for the Arthur, honestly.
Yeah.
Should be easy in every lane for the Arthur
I
to.
can't believe he even went on Mercury twice. What the fuck is
Yeah,
that about?
he loves it.
Yeah, that's got to be stopped. Surely it can't be good.
I think it is, because remember, like, people only stopped playing it because they would just play Muck into, like, Osiris and Erlang, right?
Oh yeah, she was bad, and she was getting, like, perm banned. And then she stopped getting played, and then she got nerfed.
I think Muck has, like,
I think she is viable. Yeah.
Muck has just good matchups into, other assassins, right?
Cupid he's good into as well.
Nem as well, like, Nem's the one jungler that you kind of, like...
I actually think he has a terrible matchup into Nem, to be honest.
Really?
It's a bad matchup, yeah.
People think it's good because he's slow immune. I don't think that actually is the case. Another objective for the Dragoon.
Big Bologna roll. Big wall. Huge Wang.
They get one, they're gonna get two.
They get two. Oh, unless...
Bluestone? No.
He's out, he's out. 3-man route.
That's some Dowel has been cultivated right there. Holy shit. Oh, do I get my last beer?
Now or never, really.
I'm doing it. Man the fort while I'm gone. Make sure that nobody misbehaves.
Okay.
Just take care of business. So
I don't have your chat open, so they're gonna be on the loose. Ed Sheeran and shit, you know? If both teams were willing, you think it would be interesting if they did one more game and do a double or nothing? I don't think anyone would ever want to do that. Hey, Chaos. Thoughts on Glads over Berserkers Bologna? Bad.
What kind of fights are you choosing? No big neutral objectives.
You tell them all to say Ed Sheeran and Yeats.
I didn't tell them.
As I was walking out of the room, and I could see.
I didn't tell them to do. I said that's what they will do because I'm not there.
Oh.
Oh well, unfortunate.
Freya has beads.
Do I like Heineken? No. Does anybody like Heineken?
I think Heineken doesn't really taste like piss, but it does smell like piss.
I don't know the last time I had it.
It's not very good.
Yeah, that's probably why.
It's not like Carling or Carlsberg level, but it is bad.
Lead still very close, but you got to look at Chiron and Freya both later on in the game. Normally it's Netrioid on this Chiron. And you talked a bit about
drinking 10-inch lager.
For big man tings. Eventually,
Apparently it caused chaos in your chat.
You did. I mean, it's always fucking a little chaotic here, to be honest. They've been going crazy lately.
Good.
Later on in the game, even if they're a bit behind.
Not good.
Not happy with
Big cap roll, holy.
This time Twig undershoots it.
Okay, Twig has to get something, please.
He's gonna hit his 2, right?
No, 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 you can't miss the 2 though. Nice.
Oh, there we go. He was close to missing it.
Yeah, if he missed that, then Jesus, it would have been good night.
And what a good
having to obey flashbacks.
Genetics MVP, personally, or Harry, but I think Genetics in this set has been really solid. Even in the losing games, I think he's played pretty well.
Yeah, I think I'd maybe give it to Variety over him, but it's close.
They've both been good.
Yep.
And if the Dragons win, who does it go to? PVM's played really well as well, actually.
PCAT, fine.
They're winning games.
One of them could easily get it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think Mike has had a lot of really good games.
I'd probably give it to PCAT, I guess.
Yeah, I think he's like won the most games by himself out of any player, kinda.
but putting yourselves in a spot where 5-on-5 team fights, you're not going to be super far behind. In fact, I'm starting to think that you're maybe favored because of how well these ults and abilities have just been...
Dragons in the react mode? I don't think Dragons are in a react mode, it's just they're getting punished for every play they make. Oh, this is so... Wait, what? What is Roy doing? Why did he kill the Cabra wall?
Panda Cat will have to use Aegis, but stays alive. So important.
Huh?
Panda has started to build
yeah, she entered that a little bit.
Net worth charts on the left side of your screen, 800 gold or so. Panda Cat is above Natruid right now, so you've got...
He's charged. Shit.
Oh, he's...
Sorry.
And as such, I like the Kings playing the numbers game and seeing if they can grab a kill onto the Chernobog, especially...
My phone's all fucked up, man. I've got,
Did you see what just happened, by the way?
Nah, I was trying to get my phone on charge, man. What's going on?
So they whooped Bog by purple, right? Like around the corner. And then they cab walled him off, right? He dashed into the wall. And Roy just kills the cab wall. So PK just dashes out.
Yeah, very odd.
That was very grief.
You're not getting run over, but you're not really finding your solo kills either.
Oh well.
I think that this is
all's well that ends well.
Wait, Dragons are still up, by the way, by like a decent amount.
Yeah, it's not really that close. They have gotten every objective.
Yeah, the momentum has felt. Oh, what's happening to this?
We're now
king.
We're now at the point where it's like all Kings are winning everything. Oh, Kivo combo. He's dead.
Oh, take him out! Take him out!
Varity. Did Varity just horrific him? He did.
Looks like it.
Interesting.
I don't like the horrific, by the way. I feel like people like he should get punished so hard for not having beads like throughout the game.
Yeah.
Not necessarily dying because of him, just getting poked at objectives and stuff. I mean, he dies here. Oh yes, ult still
and he's done the screen. Not that bad.
Loses tower.
Big man is ulting nothing.
Yep.
Dude, this is why you want the
cab ult.
He trapped him!
Ooh, that was nearly sick.
Turn around, shell.
Should be kills here for the Dragons. Oh, Royd's here for some reason.
Did he teleport?
I feel like he does this so much. He just shows up.
And it's FineOK who has done too much. The back and forth.
Yeah, like Dolson said, that's just too much by Dragons, right? Get the tower, like just honestly dip after that. No need to go for more kills.
And that's just good timing, right? The Dragons have that.
Nice punish. Genetic's got a really good blink call.
Again, I mean, he is carrying this game. Every ult he's had has been so impactful.
That trying to push forward maybe
Pagon sat in mid because, I mean, he shouldn't have to rotate for that. That's not like a play he has to go to. Like, Big Man was there for no reason, for example.
And Netrod came from base, I think, so he was covering the duo side stuff.
Hey, Pagon probably half rotated because, like, I mean, they probably told him to go back to mid because they just wanted tower and out, but
interesting that Net this red farm here. What's he got? Has he got his ring finished? His demonic, I guess?
Yeah.
It has been phenomenal for him, and it's
Win Demon, by the way, for PCAT. Different builds. He switched his build, right?
He had Atlantis last game.
Yeah, I fucking think Atlantis sucks. I don't know if
I liked it when it was. It did get nerfed a little bit, didn't it? I'm pretty sure.
Back in the day, it had pen on it, percent pen on it, but
yeah,
that was a while
I mean,
ago.
the like Transcendence Atlantis fail not felt pretty good on the bug like a few months back. But I think you are just delaying your pen too much. Like with this build, he's 30% pen already. That's a really good Wang 3. Good Ymir ult as well.
It should be okay here.
Fine gets so much damage off it.
There it is.
Again, just King's trying to do too much, right? Like, I don't know. They could have just grouped around this FG, but they just tried to look for too much in mid.
Awkward one.
Oh, Chiron ult. Oof, that was close.
I was wondering if Tings was
Genetics have the best support mechanics, probably. He plays like 500 ranked games a week.
It's
not hard to be the best support mechanically, though. It's like being like,
true.
You know.
I think you got to be careful because the late game scaling for both of these teams gets a little.
I actually do think
I'm trying to think of a good analogy that insults as many people as possible. I don't know. Most funny yank.
There we go. Another big cab play. Oh, Scream's in. This King Arthur gets big value in this fight as well because no one can hit him. I think Fine probably wants to keep going here.
Yeah, they can't chase it, I don't think. Mid tier 1 down. Support for support.
Tower for the Kings to keep the gold close.
And look, again, most important tier 1. I don't care that they've lost the one on left. I don't care that they lost the one on right.
The Dragons probably feel good though. I mean,
give you so
all the important fights have gone in their
favor.
favor still.
I mean, being able to walk forward now, red buff, back camps, greater scorpion, all sorts of things on the side of the Dragons are easier to invade and get away with.
What is happening now? 3 health chalices on each team, so that's even. Upgraded relics for PBM. Not yet for genetics. No second relic either, so he's a little behind. Despite apparently playing better, according to some people. I don't know.
Where their pressure is going, and again, looking at where these builds adapt and how they're.
But yeah, once again, level 12 going to be important for genetics here. Try and get a Phantom Shell up, I guess.
When he's on the Pele, but you've got.
I don't know. Will he go? Do you think he'll go Phantom Shell here, or do you think he'll go for something else?
I think anytime you see a shell on a backline, that's probably just gonna be the Phantom one, right?
Yeah, so the Freya and Big Man can get it. Oh yeah, he does go Brady. He goes straight Bracer or Brilliance as soon as he hits 12.
Yeah.
There it is. I feel like that is the like having Bracer tier 1 is just sad.
Yeah,
such a sad experience.
Do you know what is really sad though?
You've slightly downgraded your.
The other Bracer is probably the only relic that's never been built, has it? Like, it's so bad.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I feel like somebody maybe built it once. Surely somebody's misclicked. You know?
I think Neil did it in scrims just to see what it looked like once.
I've never seen it. I don't think the little. It does like a person like patrolling, right?
It's just like goes in a line like up and down, like patrolling. Yeah.
The Chernobog has been able to ult in with a 2-level lead at level 19. At nearly the 20-minute mark, should be the first to reach level 20. Now the Camelot Kings have fallen just a bit behind, mostly, if not entirely, through objective play. But not so far behind. I don't think the Kings fans hyper worried just yet, because some of those important items starting to spool up now. Big Man Tings into the Charged Morningstar, tier 2 item there. And the Chiron has already made some big differences in a lot of these fights score. I still think that that's a big looming threat for the Jade Dragons, and the ability to slow down his death. Centaurus, so good at pausing a dive and returning a little damage, even if he dies on the other end.
And the thing that I think is making things even worse for the Dragons on the horizon of these next couple of fights, the way to counter out the Freya earlier was at this point in the build, we're talking tier 2 Bancrofts, you had just a butt ton of magical defense to really help you out, right? I mean, you had a heart word plus everything in Final K's build. They were built different against this comp, but that was because they had an E set to deal with.
All right, what's happening here?
You know, it wasn't a lot of.
What
like,
pro do you think knows the most bull?
Me. Here, it's not just
it's not even close. I am the bull.
I don't know. I don't feel like any of them really know ball that much.
I do.
Compared to me.
Genetics dead in the back.
Chasing PBM dead. Final K getting kind of exploded.
Yeah, he is low.
Big Man playing so passive.
Oh, big whoop. I don't know if they have any damage
for. A killing spree for Panda and a 1-kill swing for the Jade Dragons.
Yeah, being able to just pick up that extra on Mike goes deep. I mean, that is an aggressive play. You are using a defensive relic to get closer to the other team. Well played,
Freya
but it is
forced early in that fight, and they just run through the Cabracanal with the Phantom Shell. That was cool.
0-5.
No Phantom Shells just yet for Big Man or Netroid. One of them should be picking it up ASAP, I think. ASAP Rocky.
That means nothing, right? I mean, yeah, you're going to get the same amount of gold for him. He still has a 2-level lead over Jeanette. He's got 7 affected kills of the 8 that the team has had.
Are you not going shard?
He's still impacting the plays. Even
should you go shard here if you have demonic?
It's very similar. I'm going to call it a screen style, except he's not getting the kills.
I
think people underbuild Pen on Freya for sure.
Walk in. I'm going to pop the Phantom Shell. We're going to WP.
But
I might die.
I don't know if he needs it. Okay.
Which Bancrofts is he going?
People should also stop going Nimble one, man. It should be. Everyone should get Claw. Yeah, the shield is crazy.
None of this is big gold swinging type plays for the Jade Dragons. We're in pretty similar spots. It's this next Gold Fury where the Camelot Kings. And now
I do feel like they kind of slammed the Arthur in the last fight. They definitely can kill him. Problem is, like, if he gets the big ult off, you just auto lose the fight, I feel like. Oh, Scream. Oh! Dead?
Should be. Oh my god. Look at him go. He's not dead. Why is he not dead off that, man? That was such a sick play.
And a backpedal away. by the rest of the Camelot Kings.
Brutal.
I mean, that's just what Sam has in the locker, right? Like, the just fucking these small, like, random plays, you know, that I feel like a lot of other players won't go for. Very heads up.
And the cat no wall. Pele not going to be here. This is just going to get let go, I think. Kings get it. Gold-wise, we're getting close to even. 8-8 on kills. 2-2 on games. Sickle strike secures.
We're scoffing at it. Big man Ting still waiting to get that ultimate back. What I was about to say prior to that fight breaking out is what I feel like we haven't seen.
I feel like XP-wise, it should still be like a
good wall that night.
Variety.
Yes.
Yeah.
Variety's got to use
still no Phantom.
But it's the immediate
Shell.
like
just like a good Ymir is so oppressive. Like these, like again, that's such a good wall. Like why does he dash on landing? I guess that's a good. Oh, okay. That's a huge wing ult. Holy fuck.
That is so sick.
To the Jade Dragons, and
that was sick.
Half of his health, and that is
that was really
good. Go the Dragons, a bit of damage. Onto the big objective, but the Kings still have some legs.
That really opens up the game here, I think. Yeah, Roy should just die for this, right?
He's gonna get walled.
Good Cabal, but it doesn't matter. They're all in.
And the cat.
Oh, that Ymir ult was really nice. I don't know if you saw it.
They do get him.
Yeah, they got one.
They killed it. Losing your ADC here is so bad.
Yeah, it's also really bad that no one committed to the Freya.
Yeah.
The Mike walls are off
completely. Call, it feels like.
And with the minions, with the damage, with the numbers on their side.
Because they don't really have good damage now for anything. Like, even the tier 2 is taking forever. Oh, okay.
Oh, shit. Never mind.
Yeah, Roy trolled. No, that was a King Arthur stun. It wasn't even a freeze. They didn't see it, but he literally just like auto attack stunned and like got to with it somehow.
It's so bad by the Kings to
you have to give up the tower there.
You're losing the tier 2. You know you're losing it. You're not even trying to defend it. You're just standing there awkwardly.
Yeah.
Your dick in your hand, you know? FG will come through now, reset into FG. No net for 30, no variety for 35. This is done. Can't contest, I don't think. Maybe a snipe out of big man could steal it if you get really fucking lucky, but Dragons will cross the rise and drop their T's here, as they say. That's what you do, right?
Yep. There's nowhere to go behind you. There's nowhere to go in front of you. They're stuck in the engagement. Scream's able to close the gap. I have to give a shout out to Panda. He died in that. It doesn't even matter because he dashed into the wall and kept so much space, so much attention on himself for long enough that the Dragons were able to turn a fight around in the
They should just wall bait, maybe. 25 minutes. FG pulled. Mike tanking, so can't really wall. Teleport coming in already. So maybe this is fightable. They need to contest now. Oh, good try. They lose the game off it though.
Yeah. Oh, bug ult as well.
Oh,
Wang ult missed completely.
Not a good Wang ult this time. Metroid wants to try and get round the corner and it will. Good stun, but Variety should fall.
Up down, I respect it.
Yeah, you got up down there.
Yeah, I think Kings just kind of collapsed, I feel like.
Yeah. 50 without Variety. You can put pressure
that can
on
TP.
Maybe the easiest that we've gotten to see sub 30 minutes
for
the entire set of Masters. And
that again, Phoenix will go down straight away.
The problem is going to be pushing forward. Fine, okay, wants the fight, and they're going to go in.
The Jade Dragons may be eyeing a game end here in Game 5, but instead,
they can end.
It is simply
yeah, I don't think they need to rush this either. The fights are going like completely in their favor.
Yeah. Here in Game 5,
I think this is when like the Osiris just like has no value compared to the Pele, right? That's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really struggled to get active this game. Really has. Twigs tried to get in there, tried to make things happen. The other thing is as well, the Ymir walls have brought so much value the later the game's gone. It goes so crazy in FG fights. Oh,
that is okay. That's an
insane. By the way,
he has had a very good game here. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Could that be the game-ending play from the rookie mid laner to the Jade Dragons, who is now on a rampage? Captain Twig.
Yeah, Twig has to ult out again.
On out Variety down low, trying to do what he can.
Now the low health bars back off.
I mean, honestly, like,
30 seconds till Genetics is
Paragon has done like 10 times more than BMT's been able to do on this card. Yeah. Like, the damage is pretty similar, but the impact he's had, like, the ults have actually been amazing.
crazy good. Like a couple misses, but like you take those misses with
definitely.
the risks you take to hit the fucking.
I mean, you're not gonna remember the 1 or 2 misses over like the 4 or 5 really good pushes he's had.
Yeah, crazy good.
This gold, this back is going to be
I think this, again, like, though, it's just like, Yu Huang is not like a hard god to dive. Sure, he like stalls a lot of time, but he's usually dead when people get on top of him. It's just like, the Osiris just doesn't really do that, as well as like a Pele, a Bats, a Nam, a Daji, like a real assassin would do.
Feels like when he gets dived, he does no damage as well.
Yeah,
it's one of those gods who struggles to drop. He can't drop his stuff on top of himself, you know?
It's like, the problem is, it's like Twig did his job. Like he got his team to like a decent state, but they just didn't really capitalize on it ever. Like Bologna Osiris is just low damage dive. Like you don't have a Bluestone warrior who does like 40k damage a game. I think you're fine, right? Like 27k damage compared to 15k. So I think Bologna's fallen off a good amount. In terms of like win rate anyway.
Has really been
Yeah.
trying to just stay alive and survive some of these fights.
Late game, Bluestone Brooch. Just
too
went
good.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like a carry will look at death recap and it's like 400 Bluestone, 300 Blades. Like Bologna, the whole kit hardly does that late game to a carry.
Just gonna stick to you, auto you down.
But
yeah, it's just like the drafts have been so off by Kings, I feel like, more than the gameplay in their losses.
I really don't like this one in particular. I really hate the Chiron.
Yeah, I feel like if you're putting all your stock in that Chiron first pick, it has to go to Royd.
Yeah.
That's what people are banning it for.
Well, I don't even think they should first pick it. Yeah, nobody's banning it because they think BMT is gonna.
Yeah, and again, like it's not like Big Man's like played bad. It's just like it's not first pick worthy, like as a mid lane pick, right?
From stealing the crown,
he's been okay.
Yeah,
not done anything that you want to shout about. He's got good damage somehow. I feel like his damage has come from nowhere.
I mean, he is just a Bluestone god, right? Like just his ults are probably getting good damage. Like he's probably done like a lot of like low impact damage.
And we got to see something there.
The only
person
this has been a good disco game, probably. I feel like it's always a decent disco game. That's a miss, but it's fine.
Again, I love the positioning here from the Dragons.
Final can Screamer hanging out. Titan now taking.
Yeah, I think that plan is just to stall for right Phoenix. Stall like
Phoenix
look how many creeps are crashing. Big ult there as well by Fine.
But they will wait no longer.
But he ended up getting both beads, even Big Man beads.
Eyes for the Titan, and so do the fire minions.
Scream ults out. Phoenix goes down. All three.
Yeah, all three down. It's looking grim.
From the Camelot Kings.
Ult forward from Variety just on his own.
Yeah, I think that's just like a frustration.
Yeah,
this is their only like real chance.
I like the call.
I like it.
The whip wasn't great.
No, they didn't have any damage.
Has turned it around to the Camelot Kings.
Royd and Big Man only one's left. GG.
The Jade.
Well played. Congrats, Dragons.
Triples for the
crown
P-Cat.
on their own head, and it's Panda Cat with 3 that has just sealed the deal. Big Man Kings.
$1 million remember, buddy.
Once more, double kill for Pagon.
Pagon drops the taunts.
For Panda.
Oh, I'll never financially recover.
Dude, he went 7-0 on Yu Huang, like the 10% win rate god. It's pretty impressive.
It's all on that fight on right? It's nothing in the last like 10
GG. Congrats, Dragons.
Yeah.
How far they've come.
I think deserved winners. I think they played well. Very well.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I actually think.
They just adapted well in this set, especially in my opinion. They had that one game where they kind of rolled over and like just lost, and they just like stayed away from that completely in the last 2 games.
Yeah, they played really, really well. Really solid stuff by the Dragons. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them. Scream, I mean, it's one way to make yourselves feel good about a roster change as well,
Yeah,
right?
definitely. Like it was. I think if they didn't win, it would like those Dragons fans would have been rabid. They'd be on the loose, fucking asking for more changes. But yeah, it's good for them that they won for sure.
I wonder if the Levi's can do the same.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see how you do. I mean, we'll see.
Okay. It's not me, guys. It's the 1000th time.
I might go record a video on
Genetics tweeted, fuck, I guess the dragons are back. Oh, he told me last week he would tweet that if the dragons won.
Lost? Oh, really?
If the dragons won, yeah.
That's pretty good.
By all the players,
think they'll do a post game?
I don't think they have a setup for remote play.
The rookie who has only had
unlucky. Okay, we call
maybe,
it there.
Maybe they did for finals. I'm not sure. Nah, I'm ahead off.
Okay, let's drop a join host.
A dual host, we could.
Oh, Elisa maybe? She's on Smite. My goat.
Let's see, who else? Anyone else even streaming Smite?
About 5 minutes, 10 minutes into that game.
Scream's on.
Sam is streaming Smite.
I feel like we can't drop him a host after.
Oh, yeah, okay, my bad.
I don't know where to put it. I mean, every single one of them.
I'm hosting Elisa. I'm doing it.
Alright, sure.
That really opened things up. There were definitely
my goat.
Right,
go over and say hello, chat. Thanks for hanging out, Nika.
Yeah, it was fun, Paul. You too. Love you. Bye. Love you. Bye. Love you. Bye.
You're getting great relic usage, which is something you don't get to see.
Alright, guys. Why are you going off? Oh, you want to play ranked? You do? Oh, okay. I guess I'm not going. What the fuck?
Such a solid game for them. And even towards the very end there, with fire minions, you got the Pele over on the other side, slowly walking in to hit some of those autos.
I guess I'm playing ranked. I thought you didn't want to.
The Kings. I think they just played, again, incredibly well.
Okay.
From first blood to the very end, there were definitely a lot of moments.
Literally ditched Hazer. Well, Hazer was going off regardless.
That really solidified.
He was just like seeing whether he'd host. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Into that mid lane fight.
Lying to Hazer? I guess I did lie.
Now remember, we came into this game, we looked at Yu Huang and we saw 10 games played, 2 of them had been won, a 20% win rate on this god, and you were just sitting there thinking, that's kind of a risky one when you're going into game 5. And Pagan shows us with
you want to join call this time, or no?
Tank after tank in the mid lane.
Can I make you coffee?
Back in
yeah, I could.
Right after. Remind us just what this god is capable of, just what kind of damage output that he can do, and just how good Pagan is on this.
I'll BRB, I guess. I'm gonna go make some coffee, and I'm gonna keep some ranked with a Z. What?
Pagan, I think, has just stepped up and knocked it out of the park.
Oh, okay.
This year. Again, a lot of things that we've seen for the Dragons.
Don't make you coffee.
I want to talk about
she was joking.
Dragons, the dueling Dragons.
Happy 6 months.
Out there. Several times where there might not have been a fight.
Guys, both of us forgot it was our 6-month anniversary.
Pulling Netroid out, forcing a lot of uncomfortable play. I think that between him going, 7-0-11 and the 7-1-10 slash line for PandaCat, you get a really massive performance out of your carries here for the Dragons that is definitely one to be proud of.
Absolutely insane performance out of both of these teams throughout the entirety of this weekend, throughout the entirety of the 2 weeks of play. But in this final game, in this final set, it's the Jade Dragons who come out on top, putting together all of the efforts they have made this year into changing their roster.
So your 6 month never realized? Yeah.
Bringing on the rookie Pagan.
She trolled me as well. She she was like, I was just waiting to see how long you take to remember, and she was like, I'm joking. Forgot as well.
SPL caliber talent. Now you go here and see, who's this mid laner Pagan? We've only seen him from SCC. He stepped up big. Then we get
Yo, Mikey, thank you for the 5K bits, dude. Appreciate that.
A brand new jungler on this team as well for this team, at least in this phase out here. How's it gonna go? Seems it worked.
How was your vacation, by the way? You have a good time?
With a post-game interview with the Jade Dragon.
Why do you celebrate 6 months? I don't know. It's half a year.
Cat with me, and Panda, congrats! You guys are able to close things out here.
Nika on the interview.
Now look, this Jade Dragons roster, the core of you guys, you've won some of these mid-year tournaments in the past. You win this one here, Smite Summer Masters. Does this feel different given the roster changes, bringing in Pagan at the beginning of the year? Does this one here in the middle of the year feel a bit different from wins of past?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we have a lot.
You sent 500 on Tower Fantasy. I haven't played it yet. I'm waiting for Izzy to download it. Download Tower Fantasy.
And stuff, and we also picked up Daniel, who's a rookie.
We could. I do have a bounty for it.
And I feel like we've kind of been going against the tide.
It means this.
Like during this entire split and phase, and I feel like.
Where is it? Jeez, I have so many bounties. No, that's wait. Available. No, these are the ones I have. Look, streamed Tower Fantasy for 1 hour.
About that though, job's not done. There was a lot of conversation around honeymoon phase. Look, you guys added Scream.
No, the one you're looking at was probably a completed one.
2-0 sets. Yeah, we can do just how long is this honeymoon phase gonna be? Is there a come down from it, or are you guys all the way till Worlds?
I was gonna ask you the same question. What really is a honeymoon phase? Like, put it this way.
Hey,
Thanks, Flash.
If we picked up Scream and we lost all our games, it wouldn't be the honeymoon phase, but we win, so it's the honeymoon phase. When is it not the honeymoon phase? What is a honeymoon phase?
Who knows?
I don't know if I'm a firm believer in a honeymoon phase, to be honest. I think, obviously, when you get a roster swap, you have another, like, flame reignite inside of you, and you are, you know, really excited to play and really excited to work together and just build up the teamwork and stuff and win. And I guess that in itself can be considered a honeymoon phase, but I don't know. I don't believe in a honeymoon phase. I think we're going to keep going strong to a world.
I'm not sure.
Keep improving, you know, be the best we can be, and
get whatever you want.
hopefully take it all at the end of the year.
It's a great look from you guys, and really I love the momentum shift that we got specifically
you hungry already?
At games 4 and 5 here in this set. A couple of the earlier games, a bit longer, a bit more drawn out. Did the team kind of reassess?